Shalom, shalom. As always, we want to start off, give all honor and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Never honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who will teach you on the sound doctrine, being a strong and a great example to the ministry and the body of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Right? Strong shalom to the hopeful elect, scattered abroad to the four corners, making their calling election sure, showing due diligence to the body and to the ministry of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, and the rest of the large multitude of men, women, and children that the Lord will have mercy on in these last days. Right? We going through a lot, as a people, but the times are about to get worse. And the reason why times is about to get worse is because we're not in rulership. The ones that's in rulership hold the crown as the wicked one, the man that has no righteous bone in his body. All right, he's the man of sin that the world has always desired and always searched out to be. Now Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is made it known prominent who the man of sin is, man. Right? Matter of fact, you start out with that. Second Thessalonians, Second Thessalonians 2. I just appreciate it real quick. Second Thessalonians chapter 2. I'll start at verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except that come is fallen away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Yeah, that day shall not come, except to be a falling away first. Right? Matter of fact, in Matthew 11, Matthew 11. So that day could not come except if we fell away. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans had to fall away from their heritage in order for the man of sin to be revealed. All right? Joel 9:24 say the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he, man? If he's not the wicked, then who's the wicked, man? Is it the so-called black man? Is it the so-called Arab man? Right? You gotta be direct when you seek of these things and when you teach of these things, man. You got it. Matthew chapter 11, verse 11. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there have not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Right. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. Right. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. Right, go ahead. So read that again. Come on. Matthew chapter 11, verse 12. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffers violence. Right. And the violent take it by force. For the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violence took it by force. That's talking about 69, you rounded up 70 AD, right? When Jerusalem was besieged by the Romans, right? Abomination of desolation. We were ransacked. The sanctuary was ransacked, all right? So it had to be a falling away first in order for the man of sin to be revealed, man. All right? You about to say something? No, I'm about to say what you said. The holy city of Rawchaa, the people before the place was taken by force. But the force wasn't like, straight up how you think it at first is, but you go to mention the deceit factor. Yeah, come. Those quarter of the men made a loop, and then when it was at the breaking point, they came in and attacked. Yeah, and how did they do that? They set snares and traps. Matter of fact, real quick, you get 1 Ezra chapter 5, and you get the last 2 verses. Because Esau is a man of the field. He's a man of the he's a beast, man. And that's what we're going to get into through willing through the spirit. We're going to go into Genesis 3, man. Right? Is that what I want? Second Ezra, no, first Ezra, first Ezra 5. It's lucky. First Ezra 5 and like the last two verses. Like, I'm gonna get this while you get that. This is Job chapter 13 and verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. And that's why Esau is setting this system up like it is, man. Which is why it shows you that the mark of the beast is physical, man. Because he's a physician of lies, man. He's a witch, right? I always break down when you go into the Ku Klux Klan. When you go into the highest status of a Ku Klux Klan member, he's called the Grand Wizard, man. Esau is the ultimate Grand Wizard. He combined all the ancient customs into one ball, and now what we see here today is all the ancient ways just mixed into one, right? Going back to mother worship, the woman worship, the mother goddess worship, going back to Semiramis and Tammuz, right? Trickling down to Ishtar, but they all go back to the same gods, man, right? But that's 72. Let the heathen of the land lie heavy upon the inhabitants of the dam and holding them straight, hinder their building. Yeah, and that's what Esau's trying to do. His whole objective is to try to hinder our building, right? And how is he doing that? Right now, because Jake is just trained dogs. Jake, right now, they think they're free. They can go up and down the street, go to Jack's Casino, smoke a little cigarette, pop a little bit, you know what I mean? Excuse my Swahili, and do what they do. So they think they free, but in reality, you're just a trained dog. You're well trained. Now Esau took the leash off your neck, and now you can roam free because you'll always come back home. You'll always come back to master, right? You're just a trained dog. I don't have to worry about my dog running away, man. He already know the territory. He pissed on all the trees. Jake done pissed on all the trees, all the neighborhoods, and they do their dirt, man. You got it. All right. First Ezra chapter 5, verse 73. And their secret plots and popular persuasions. Yeah, they secret plots and popular persuasions, man. You see, things that's intriguing to the mind and the eyes, man. Okay, they set up traps like little cheese for mice and peanut butter. And then the mice, dumbass, he know what it is, but he still go to it. And then next thing you know, his head is snapped. He set up traps with Jake, the gladiator sports, right? These women, he set up these strip clubs, he set up these homosexual parades. You can't watch regular TV without seeing a mo, right? You can't go to a store without seeing a mo, right? So these are things that so allowed. These are popular persuasions and secret plots, man, right? Because Jake is a follower, man. Because we have no heritage, we have no leaders. So we always looking for that leadership. You know how a woman, she act up and she out in the world being a hoe because she just looking for leadership. You know what I'm saying? That's why she a hoe. She want a true austere man. That's why she's a hoe. She never had nobody to put her in her place. You see? So she's trying to fill that void with her pussy, man. But that's what Jake do. Jake try to fill that void by just being a follower, man. But they're not following the right thing. So they're following those plots, those popular persuasions, man. You got it. It says, and by their secret plots and popular persuasions and commotions, they hindered the finishing of the building all the time that King Cyrus lived. So they were hindered from building for the space of 2 years until the reign of Darius. Right, you can read this same account, I believe, in second Ezra chapter 4, man. But the point is that Esau has the same mindset as this chapter that we're reading. Esau's mindset is to hinder the building. What building are we building right now? The third temple. We're building that spiritual temple, man. Okay? The head is YAHAWASHI, man, and then the body is the church. We're building that third temple. Esau, that the world, he puts out in the world that it's physical, but the reality of things is that it's spiritual, man. You see, it's something that you can't see. In the church, the body is being built up, which are the little sanctuaries, the little camps that's all over the world, man. Yeah, but the more that, you can't more that. Let me go back to Genesis 3. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come the falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Yeah, so the man of sin had to be revealed. When you go to Numbers 12, Aaron was praying to the Father and was talking unto Moses, and he asked the Father, and he asked Moses, he said, "Don't lay the sin upon me." What sin was he talking about? Miriam was cursed with leprosy. Her skin got changed, right? He said she was as one as half dead. So the man of sin, it's like it, the man of sin is revealed right before our eyes. And Jake is just too blind to see it, man. Because he continued to feed you with the riches of the world. Breadcrumbs. But in the kingdom of heaven, we're not gonna have breadcrumbs. We're not even gonna get them breadcrumbs when we get to the kingdom of heaven. When it's made manifest on the earth, they're gonna get the worst of the worst, man. They're gonna go back to their estate, which is what? Being a serpent, being to the ground, man. Eating the dust, being in confusion, being a damn beast like they are, man. That's what they're gonna go back to. Okay. Matter of fact, you can drop that. I go to Second Ezra chapter 4 and 28. Let me get this real quick. You got it first. You can bring it up.
Second Ezra. Yeah, Second Ezra chapter 4, verse 28. But as concerning the things whereof thou ask me, I will tell thee. For the evil soul, but the destruction thereof is not to come.
Right, because the brother read in Second Thessalonians, in order for the man of sin to be revealed, we had to fall. Who are we? We're the righteous. We're the seed that allows the world to properly function. For the trees to properly breathe, the air to properly flow, the water to be clean, all the animals in a respective order, the men and the women in a respective order, the brothers going back to their respective tribes, etc., etc. Us in the rulership, YAHWASHI ruling, that's what we produce. That's what we bring to the table. So the evil had to be sown in order for the good to come. So like it says in Hebrews 2, YAHWASHI he was made like us so that he can be a merciful and a faithful high priest. We had to go through the same mistake so that we can be merciful and we can judge accordingly to the nations.
It says, therefore that which is sown, you not turn upside down, right? And at the place where the evil sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown good.
So yeah, like you said,
corruption and incorruption cannot mix. Good and evil cannot coexist. Light and dark cannot coexist. Exactly. Verse 30, but the greater evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam.
Yeah, because one gonna overpower the other, man. And we know the light always gonna overpower the dark. That's just proven, man. Hey, son.
It says, for the great of evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam
from the beginning. So YAHWASHI always had to set up in his mind for this to happen, man. Jake always want to question the Most High, like he's not perfect, and like he's not, like he don't know what he's doing, man. This was set up from the beginning, so that don't you want the man of sin to be revealed, man? We had to go in this state for that to happen. That's just what it is. Got it?
It says, how much ungodliness has been brought up unto this time? Right. Revelation. Now her sins have reached the heavens. So from the time that evil seed was sown in Adam up until now, there's been nothing but transgression, iniquity on top of iniquity. From Jake and from the other nations. Now, further expound on that statement, other nations can't sin. The further expound on the last point I just made, the other nations can't sin, they can just commit wickedness. We commit sin because the law sets the commandments given to us. Just clarifying for anybody new who might be watching. Now, continuing on, it says, and how much shall it get before until the time of threshing comes? So when the wheat is separated from the tares, when the righteous is separated from the wicked, for the last time in this present kingdom.
Yeah, the brother mentioned the wheat and tares because a tare is somebody that looks just like you, right? It looks just like a wheat, Obama. You know, in a sense, like just giving an example of somebody that looked like you, but that's not of you. Frederick Douglass, right? You know, there's many more. I mean, you can say Bob Marley, but Bob Marley, through the spirit, he got a spirit of a Jake, man. Frederick Douglass did too, but you know, a lot of those individuals will be terrorists, man. You know, until proven otherwise. You know, damn, I can't look at that. Hold on, this is Isaiah. Before I get that, let me get this. This is Job. This is Job chapter 30, verse. I'm gonna start at the top. Matter of fact, before I get this, what's that? Isaiah 29. I'm gonna grab that real quick. Since you read that second Ezra 4. Verse 16. John, you can get that part of this. It's gonna leave us in Genesis 3.
Isaiah chapter 29, verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Who shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing praise say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
Yeah, so the turning of things upside down, man. You know, Esau turned everything upside down. That's why we read in 2 Ezra 4. YAHWASHI outside is turning everything upside down, meaning right side up. He's turning everything back in its rightful state, man. All right. Esau turned everything upside down. Esau got a 13th month. He got something called a leap year, which in the process of time, it add or take away days to the point that seasons are all discombobulated. You know, you got beasts of the field changing their natural habitat. They're going from, you got deers in your backyard. I mean, you got deers in different locations. You got polar bears in different locations, tigers and hyenas in different locations. You see, natural born wild animals that's showing, and coyotes, snakes, that's showing up in environments that they never would have been in, man. Or you got the same thing where they were in, and Esau, I was saying, Esau that came in, and man, it was, what's that precept? You can find it, whatever you read landmarks. I think it's in Job. They said they removed the landmarks. Esau go in and he'll take the landmarks out of the land and plant his name there, man. Right? So he's the one that, like, he you know, he tore down all the trees and he put his houses there all close together. We're not even supposed to live like that, man. You get Job 24. Yeah, you get Job 24.
This is Job chapter 24, verse 2. Some remove the landmark, they violently take away flocks and feed thereof. They drive away the ass of the fatherless. They take the widow's ox for a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way. The poor of the earth hide themselves together.
Yeah, God, man. And that's what he is, no matter of fact. With that, you go to Proverbs 15 real quick, right? Or Proverbs 19:5. Like Proverbs 19:5, because he go into the lands and he remove landmarks. All right, you meditate on these things upon his bed, and then when the morning is comes to fruition, he practice them. You think about and he secretly plot against you, then he practices it. This is going to lead us to Genesis chapter 3, man. Lord willing. As you see the spirit is flowing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so what he do, like I said, He go into the lands and he removed the landmarks, all the ancient stones, right? All the things that made that nation a nation. And then what he do? He'll rob it and he'll strip it, and then he'll claim it for himself. That's a forger of lies, man. That's one that has no value. That's one that have no morals. A complete what? Beast, man. Brutish.
Huh. It says to act in a way that basically like a wild animal. I got some research.
Yeah, a wild animal. What? Rape? I mean, not rape, but yeah, sometimes rape. Oh, matter of fact, it's crazy. My wife brought this to my attention. She was watching a documentary, and she probably could tell me if I quoted it wrong, but she said, damn, I can't remember, but I know one. She said penguins, they get raped by.
I was like seal.
Yeah, they get raped or something by an animal that's in the water or something.
A couple animals actually do that, like seals.
Penguins rape other penguins.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, that's what she said. The documentary was 1 and 2.
That goes on a lot, like especially for some reason among the aquatic animals. So anyway.
Yeah, but that shows you what the earth is out of its course. It's backwards. It's upside down. You don't got animals raping other animals, man. You know, and when I mean rape, I'm talking about the white man's rape. You know, violently. You know, vicious.
Yeah, they say like otters do that.
Yep.
What's the other one? Like a wolf and a sea lion.
Yeah, yep. I think it was one of those that you said. I can't remember. But you got a lot of noise around here, man.
It's really good. Yeah. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 5. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape. So, you know, judgment is going to come to the accuser. Esau Edom, the adversary, the spiritual counterpart of the demon Hashatan. Well, nothing goes unpunished. What the wicked don't understand is that y'all like Big Mama's belt. You know what I'm saying? All sign get you a switch. You the switch, Esau.
Yeah, that whoop switch.
Yeah. Nothing more, nothing less. Like I always say, after that period, just wham, bam, thank you, bam. And after that 1,000 years, you're done. You're going to put back all the shit that you stole. You know what I'm saying? Go serve that hardcore slavery, pursuing the Deuteronomy 30, and then you the hell out of here.
Yeah, all our curses being put on our enemies, man. And it's going to be made known, man. It's being made known now, man. You know, your skirt is lifted up. The nations are seeing your shame. You're seeing your shame to the point. What we know the prophets coming fast. What did they do over the past year or two? They took down the Roosevelt statue. They started to take down all these monuments and different statues that show their shame, man.
They're not even making like Jesus movies no more. They're going around making TikToks and all types of people. There's no way Jesus could have been white.
Yep.
They were in the Middle East. Yep. Like, how the hell after all this time you now just know that shit? Come on, man.
Yep. It's being made known, man. And that's YAHAWASHI, man. Making all this to be known to be false, man. It's gonna catch Jake by surprise, man. Read that again, all right?
This is Proverbs chapter 19, verse 5. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape.
Right, you might as well get Psalms 144:8. A false witness, and what it say? A false witness, I forgot what it said, but yeah. So basically, a false witness shall not escape, man. Shall not go unpunished, and he's not going to go escape, man. Right. So in Psalms 50, it tell you that he thought that the Most High was one as himself, man, because he did all this to our people, and he thought he got away with it, man. But YAHAWASHI is going to lift up that standard, man. See, Jake is. Why do you think Jake is fascinated with comic books? You know, and comic books and what else? Like superhero movies, man. That's because that's who we are, man. You know, we talk about it all the time. You know, the killing with the donkey's jawbone, man, and you know, running up walls, and you know, from Samson to King David to Solomon to you know, the things that they was able to accomplish in this body that we uphold to, man.
Transport.
Yeah, transport from one part of the world to the, you know, those are spiritual powers that Jake is intrigued with on these movies, man. And Esau know you better than you, man. This is why he's able to keep you down like he is, because you don't know yourself. That's why you don't know your enemy.
You know why? That's part of his gift, because he's a cunning hunter.
Yeah,
We are to pray.
Beautiful. Because why? He's a man of the field. A man that's a hunter, he knows how to catch that prey, man. He knows what traps to set up. He knows how to go what different angles, man. You know, he knows what food will bait you in, man. You know, and then what? Next thing you know, he's skinning you, taking all the organs out, and he's ready to eat your ass, man. And that's what he's doing, man. He skinned Jake. He took out all the organs, literally and spiritually. And now he eating y'all, man. He devouring our people, man. And our people cool with it. They rather be niggas, man. They rather be void of light, man. You got it.
This is Psalms 144, verse 7. It says, send thy hand from above, rid me, and deliver me out of great water.
And the great water that we need to be delivered from is the system, man. Okay? That overbearing boundaries that's set up before our people, man. You're right, the same waters that go that's about to come, that's about to overflow our people, that flood, man. In Isaiah 59. He's praying for YAHWASHI to deliver us from this flood that's about to come, man. Got it?
It says, and deliver me out of great waters from the head of strange children.
Strange children. Why is they strange? Because they go around having sex with their mom and their dad, and they go around having sex with beasts, and they the only ones you hear in stories talking about they having sex with their tailpipes, marrying themselves, and you know, all this weird shit, man. And they want to act like they normal, man. By birth, they're a naturally born sodomite, man. Or a Mo. Esau is a natural born sodomite, man. That's why he had these things called orgies, these parties, these different events, in order to show that you are loyal to him. He make you prove yourself homosexually, man.
The Feast of Saturnalia, and it's the same thing. That's how we know who this devil is, because what do you got to do in order to advance in Hollywood? Like Cat Williams joked about it, but he was dead ass serious. He's like, is they two grown ass men kissing? It sure the hell was. That's what you got to do in order to get up the ladder.
Hey man, no, you crazy, because it's crazy, because I heard many stories where I forgot who said it, but one dude was talking about he didn't win. It was this one rapper, I forgot who it was, but he was like on one of them, like what's that Breakfast Clubs?
Yeah,
like he was like on one of those, and then he was like, yeah, shit, I done been, and he's like, I mean, he know all of them. He's like, shit, I didn't been. I ain't gonna say he was like, he didn't been, and with some of those known people, and they didn't have to go to it. They was like, you about to go here, and they pulled up to a big ass mansion. And in order to get in, you had to be down with the program. He said he didn't see plenty of faces that Jake uphold to as their leaders, man. At them houses doing those strange things, man. Just to get that bag, man. Jake is willing to devalue themselves just to get the just to serve the God that Esau served, man. And wonder why we in these conditions, man. Back hurting. Jake walking around, gotta get weed and shit because they hair all fucked up, you know, going bald head, you know, our beards, you know, it's just all messed up, man. You know, we're not as tall as we used to be, you know, tall in stature and tall in thinking, tall in mindset, you know, tall in mannerisms. We're not like we were small now. That's why the Lord have us as we're called the minority. Esau stepped us as the minority when we're the majority. You see, how can we be in cahoots with the son, but we're the minority? And Jacob believe that. They're going to talk shows and these basketball housewives, and they think they get all deep on you, right? And then they'll say something like, "See, with us being the minorities, you know, like Jake is dumb as hell, man." Like
almost had it.
Yeah, almost started. No, you don't got it. You know, but that's the mindset that Esau has pushed on our people. You know, matter of fact, what's that? The 8th verse. No, you got it.
Psalms 144 verse 8, whose mouth speaketh vanity.
There it is. His mouth speak vanity. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 3:10 on down. Our people have false hope, vain hope. You see, because they're relying on the things that they were taught by Master to save them. You got it?
It says, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood.
Their right hand, meaning their education, their knowledge, their wisdom, everything about them is the right hand of falsehood. The right hand, like the elder said, even on their best day, they're still vanity. Even on their best day, they're still wicked, man. Even on their best day, they still show who they are, man. Like the elder said from Mississippi, he said, hey, you niggas sold out your nation to get that bag, man. You sold out your nation to get a damn degree, man. You see? That's what you have. That's what we are facing here, man. We're facing a great threat, man. If it was up to him, he would completely get rid of you, man. But Jake, you still want to be out here hands with these niggas, man. Let me get one more. We're going into that Genesis 3. This is Job chapter 30 and start at 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yeah, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, flying into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste. Who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They are driven forth from among men. They cry after them as after a thief. To dwell in the city. His name is YAHAWAH, brother. You know, Jake got all the answers, man. You know? Yeah, he said, I know what y'all talking about Yahweh, but they don't know. You don't know, bro.
They don't understand. You can't nitpick. Because you know it's different than a Christian church and Catholicism and none of that. You can't just nitpick like the parts you like. Oh, I'm woke.
Right.
I know the name. No, you don't know the name. It's a package deal, Jake. It's a package deal. It's an all-inclusive package. You come with a name, you come with correct doctrine, you come with a lifestyle change. If you're not willing to accept all of it, you gotta walk the hell away.
Yeah, yep. Hey, the scriptures tell you that, man. The scriptures say that it's better to have known the truth than to know the truth and go off, man. Roughly paraphrasing. It's better that you just be a nigga, man. Because you can get a condemnation when you know and you not do, man. It says, that's Satan right there, man. We cutting Esau ass up, and Satan got it. He the prince of the air, man. The vibrations he's sending out with our mouths is going out to the four corners of the earth, man. They watching this in the UK. They watching this in China, you know, back in West Africa, East Africa, North Africa, South Africa, wherever we scattered. It says they were driven forth among men, and where were they driven forth? Into those Caucasus Mountains. Okay, Mount what's it called? Mount Rush. Mount, Con. Mount Seir, man. Okay, they was driven forth among men, and they were pushed into the caves, man. That's why when you see those commercials, you see it say it's so easy that a caveman can do it because they figured it out, you know, because the Most High allowed them to. And that's really them mocking the Most High. It's talking about it's so easy that a caveman can do it. You see, that's why he think that the Most High was on his side because he figured it out. That's why the scriptures say he's wiser than Daniel because he go out and he dig up all these artifacts. You know, he has he has internet. You know, he has all these different gadgets and this technology. You know, so he's deemed as wiser than Daniel because of what he can accomplish in his time, man. It says to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and cause of the earth and in the rocks, right? They got pushed to the mountains, man. Obadiah 1 and 2. You know, among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, your children of base men. They were violent in the earth. And now am I their song, yea, I am their byword. They abhor me, they flee far from me, and spare not to spit in my face. And now we'll become a byword and a proverb to these nations, mainly Esau, Edom. You see, which is that serpent. We're not gonna go into the whole thing. We're just gonna touch on it, then we're gonna close out. That's the spirit, whatever. But hey, he's the forger of lies. He's the one that's above us now. And he's spitting in our face just like he's spitting in Yahawah's face, man. What is he doing? He's putting the thorns on our head and mocking us as he's like, these niggas ain't really kings, man. He's making mockery of the whole situation, man. You got it.
Yeah. Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahawah our power had made.
Right. And that word subtle or subtle, some people say, it just means crafty. Right? And it said, who was crafty? The serpent. When you go into that word serpent, it means when you go into the root words and you dig deeper, it means one who practiced divination. So it was a witch, one who was heavy in witchcraft. He came with what? Subtlety. Subtlety meaning, again, craftiness. So a witch came up because a witch know how to cast spells. A witch know how to speak and get what the witch is trying to get out of the conversation or the individual. That's what it was. It wasn't an actual serpent talking about, I skits you. He said, hey, man, look, what you got, He came up smooth, man, like he do. He's a smooth talker. He speaks words that sound pleasant to the ears, man. Which it was pleasant to Eve, man. Okay? Matter of fact, one precept real quick, can you grab 2 Corinthians 11? 2 Corinthians 11, 2. Yeah, man. Come on. Shalom. 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 Oh, praise the Most High, man. Yeah, 11 and 2.
2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
For I am jealous over you.
Yeah, and the Most High is jealous over us. Why? Because we his woman, man. Your woman go out and hey, it's a form of jealousy. You gotta go to these words, man. Your woman go out, she might not even be with that ill intent, but she go to the store and say, you see her, you in the car, and you see her in the store, and nigga just trying to keep talking to her. You see she focused, and the nigga just keep talking to her. You know what I'm saying? You know what he's doing. You get jealous, so you gotta go into the store and you gotta intervene, man. The Most High is jealous over his woman, Jeremiah 62. So he's jealous over his woman. Why? Because another man has stepped in and tried to claim her for himself. Her being Israel, her being elect, her being his men. All right? Got it.
2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a child's virgin to Yahawah. But I fear.
Yeah. So he espoused us to one husband. A chaste virgin. Those individuals that he's talking about the elect, man. All right? You got it. What's that? Psalm 58. I'm gonna go back to Genesis 3 real quick. What's up, bro? You got any questions?
Come to listen.
You're an Israelite, right? You ever heard of the Israelites? Hebrew Israelites? You believe in the Bible? All right. Yeah, you're a Hebrew Israelite. All right. And the Hebrew Israelites, according to the Holy Bible, are the special or holy people of the Most High, who the world ignorantly calls God. You understand? And who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His name will be Yahawah. All right, and the Father's name will be Yahawah. All right. So you're a special people. You know what I'm saying? Did you know that?
I know my special person, but my name is Willie, my brother.
Your name Willie, but you come from one of the individuals in this book that we're reading here today.
What did y'all read today, my friend?
What we read today, we've been going in and showing you how this man's kingdom is going to go down by the hands of the Lord, the one who we call Yahawah and the one who we call Yahawah.
Amen.
A spirit, an entity, a power, a demon-like power.
A demon power?
No, a demon-like power.
He a man?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. a demon power.
No. Demon like power. Meaning with great force.
God.
Meaning with great force, brother.
He's a terrible God.
He's my father.
Right.
Wait a minute, I'm not no demon, my brother. I come as a light from heaven.
Yeah, right. I never said demon. I said demon like power.
Okay, demon light.
Meaning like a great force, a great terror.
The demons are evil.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
Let me shut up.
Listen to what I'm saying. I said a great terror, right?
A great terror.
A great terror. Meaning when a situation is going forth as such, it has to be a reason behind something like this.
But you saying demons. If I listen to you correctly saying demons.
Brother, don't get sidetracked by the words that I'm speaking. Understand the message. The message is that it's a terror brought to you by a great power that will allow something like this to happen to such a great people.
Let me see what's happening then. Because I don't have no black, I'm in the dark. Okay. I mean, it's after 8 o'clock. This is my history.
Right, is it not?
Well, let me see.
Bring me if I'm wrong. Jeremiah 17:4.
Okay. You already say, and I'm saying my name is Willie. That's my history.
You came up to us before, brother. I remember you.
Okay, I'm glad you do.
Yeah,
because it's not that I'm naive. And I'm letting you know now you can address me by being Willie.
Right.
Okay, but now you said don't get it twisted about
the reason I said that because I want you to know you came up to us before with the same questions. I just
didn't even ask a question. What's your question?
My name is Willie.
No, he came up the same way before. What I'm asking you is that by now, brother, well, when we're trying to get you to understand, we're going to explain the same things we explained to you before, which is what the people on this sign, which you relate to, right, and everybody up here relate to. We can't. How did you get to America, brother?
From my mother. My mother birthed me. Ain't no demon birthed me, my brother. That, okay, so let me go back to you.
Okay.
Because I would like to understand how you saying a demon light. When yes or no? Did your mother birth you? Yes or no?
Brother, come on. Listen.
Listen.
Backtrack. Come up.
I can come up.
Come on.
But you did not answer my question. Did your mother birth you? Yes or no?
Brother, listen to the message. Go ahead, bro.
This is Job chapter 18, verse 4. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. Who's the king of terrors?
It's definitely not talking about your mother, because I asked you a question you did not answer me.
The topic right now here, we hold the Bible. We're not talking about our mamas.
Yeah,
okay, you know what? I got it so such. I got it so such. I got the Bible in me, my brother. Question me, dude. How in the world? Wait a minute. Let me take this off. How in the world you gonna tell me, like you know me? I just told you my name was Willie. Wait a minute. So now you know my name. How in the world you gonna tell me I don't know Bible?
Yeah, brother. Are you up here to learn? Or
you don't know Bible now. Wait a minute. You don't know Bible.
Right, look,
I don't care what you say now.
Look, brother. Hey,
because when you can say that I don't know Bible, tell me something I don't know about the Holy Bible.
Hey, my man. Look at that sign right there. That's Tower City, right? You could just head towards Tower City for us, please.
And you know what? By you making that statement, I will. Please. Not that you gave me an order now.
No, brother, just keep
listen. Now, and I can go that way because I got it like that.
Go that way, brother.
I can go. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what? Because I got it like that.
You got it, bro.
You know why?
You got it, bro.
You know why? Because now you three can't teach me nothing.
That's good, bro. Go ahead.
Because you made a statement. I don't know Bible. I can say y'all three alone.
Hey, you can, but only one of us is true.
Yeah. It's going to be
Isaiah 45, verse 7.
It's the truth.
I form the light
you talk.
and create darkness. I make peace.
No. When you try to overtalk me, I'm gonna let you know you ain't got nothing coming because I know Bible.
All right, bro.
And I can back it up with Bible.
Isaiah 45, verse 7.
Believe that.
I form the light.
And then you will learn a little bit from Willie. Because now you know my name. So don't address me with my English. You couldn't even answer me.
You don't do nothing. The Lord do all these things, man.
Did you just come through your mother womb?
Hey, the Lord do all
Did you come through your mother womb?
He sent you up here just to
Did you come
man.
through your mother womb? You can't even answer the question.
Yeah, brother.
You going back to animation.
Go back to where you was at.
You know what? You three are lost.
Hey, this was for you, man. This was coming for you.
You're lost.
This nigga fire coming for you, boy. Yep. You better repent, boy. Yep.
And guess what?
You better repent, boy.
You look ignorant.
Hey, whatever, man. Whatever, man.
You got the right.
I look ignorant. That's an oxymoron. Ignorant. That's an oxymoron.
You want to get technical? You want to get technical? You're naive.
Hey, Zachariah.
Now, I don't want to go as far as saying you're dumb and stupid. Don't get it twisted now. I got my vocabulary too.
You bugging up against me.
I got vocabulary too.
All right, man.
You know
Hey, brother, just keep it up the word, brother. Okay, bring the word down there. Go ahead down there. All right.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, he'll flee away.
You can't handle the truth. You know why? Because y'all can't teach.
Sometimes the beast of the field which the Lord Yahawah Bashim Yahushua had made, and he said unto the woman,
you need Jesus. You need Jesus. You need Jesus. You all need Jesus.
Yeah, Psalms 58 and 3.
That's how I'm telling you. You better stop Jesus. That's your personal Lord and Savior.
Oh, you see what type of spirits come with Jesus? The name Jesus. That's what type of spirits that come with the name Jesus. Demons, man. Yeah. All Jesus does bring demons, man. Yeah, hypocrites. Shadows. Yeah, he walking charcoal. You got it.
That's how I'm telling you.
He is. He came over last time like that, man. We dealt with the dude before, man. Yeah, God. You got that Psalms 58? God. I know Bible. Yeah, okay. Go up there and do what you do.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Heavenly Father.
And it's the house of the Father, man. Right? The little sanctuary that he set up all over the world, man. You got it.
It says, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Heavenly Father, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. So we actually trying to save the brother's life, with these living waters. And the whole time he claimed he know Bible, the Bible's in me. Well, we literally coming from the Bible and just asking questions.
He disagreeing with everything he said. So how you know the Bible when we coming out the Bible, we disagreeing with what the Bible said? Yeah.
That's why I don't say nothing. That's what I mean.
That Christianity is what? Out of the drug, man. It's worse than anything I've ever seen in this world. Or any man that's ever seen, man. It's a stronghold on our people, which he don't even follow Christianity. You know what I'm saying? His demons do. Yeah, man. Yeah, Willie no Bible. Yeah, Willie didn't bring out one scripture, man. You got it. What's that? Psalms 58, 3.
Psalms chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Yeah, the wicked, like we read earlier in Job, they are forgers of lies, man. Job 13, man. The wicked are estranged from the womb, man. As soon as they're reborn, they speak lies, man. That's his why, because that's his nature. That's what he was created to do. He was created to bring wickedness and evil vibrations, things that were contrary to life, darkness, okay, voidness. Okay, he was meant to do that, man. Why? Because it has to be balanced in the earth. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's something called a man and a woman. That's balance in the earth. It's something called night and day. That's balance in the earth. You have a greater light and a lesser light, a sun and a moon. That's balance. The Lord, he said, a false balance is an abomination. Okay, so the Lord had to have wickedness reign on the earth for a period of time in order for righteousness to make sense. Okay, because even the nations in Isaiah 60, even the nations is going to be in a certain state, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to beat them with a rod of correction, man. You got it.
Sirach to the 33. In verse 15. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another.
Yeah, so the Lord made everything in two. That's the principle, the foundation of things that he created was in two.
You know, like your brother said, man and female, left and right, night and day, light and darkness, good and evil. You know, that's how the Lord operates. He operates in balance. Right? And even in the kingdom, you're going to have 2 and 2, but the light is going to overpower the darkness. Okay? It's going to be everlasting light. Yeah, that you get the extra 5. I keep reading. Okay, actually, let's start up a little bit.
Sorry, 13. As declares in the potter's hand to fashion at his pleasure, so is man in the hand of him that made him,
right,
to render them as like in him best. Good is set against evil, and life against death.
Right.
So is the godly against the sinner,
right,
and the sinner against the godly.
Right.
So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are 2 and 2, and one against another.
Yeah, there's 2 and 2, one against another. Matter of fact, you get Sirach, since you're Sirach 39, you can get 39 and 25.
So right, 39.
Sirach 39 and 25.
Verse 25. For the good things are good things created from the beginning.
Right.
So evil things for sinners.
Yeah, right.
The principal things for the use, the principal things for the whole use of a man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and blood of the grapes, and oil and clothing. All these things are good to the godly, so to the sinner they are turned into evil.
The same things the righteous use, the wicked will use the same things on the left hand side. For example, stones. Look at these beautiful stones that the brothers have on their neck. These same stones warlocks and witches use to create spells, and they do rituals and different things on the left hand side with the same exact stones that we uphold to as a people, man. The same stones that the Levites wore on their breastplates. They would take those stones and do different spells and different things, man. You see, the things that the Lord created is created for good, but for the sinner and for the evil man, it's created for wickedness, man. All right, for him to be who he is, and for the righteous to be for who they are, man. That's that balance. You got it.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations.
Right, these are all works of the flesh. Show you that there's certainly going back to Genesis 3 when he was operating according to this vibration, which only makes sense for his mark, everything he stands for, to be of this vibration. He's not going to all of a sudden in the 21st century switch it up, man. He's going to be what he always was. That's why Genesis 20, you could link it up with Genesis 3, not Genesis 20, Revelations 20, you can link it up with Genesis 3. Genesis 21 and 2, it says what? That old serpent, called the devil. Who's the old serpent? He goes back to the garden. He goes back to the one who caused what? Us to be knocked off the path of simple understanding, basic math. You see? You got it.
It said, verse 20, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Heavenly Father.
That's a more than that.
I guess I finished the chapter off. It says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law.
Right, because all those things go back to what? Really patience, man. Understanding, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, which shows, as we've been bringing out all night, Esau clearly don't have, man. He's a man of the field, man. He's a what? Like a hunter. He's a cunning hunter, man. A hunter is actually supposed to have patience, man. When you hunt a deer, you gotta sit there for a minute until he take the bait, man. You see? But Esau don't have that. Even showing you that he's contradictory to the very title that the Lord has deemed him to be, man. That's why the Lord is going to show you how to actually be a hunter, where he's going to transform us. What's that? Jeremiah 17:17, I believe. He's 16 and 16. Matter of fact, can you get that real quick? He's the Lord. he's gonna transform us. And I thought it was 17, but yeah, whatever, grab it. He's gonna transform us into hunters, man. You know, right now we're just fishers. We got that, you know, that humbleness about us. You know, we throw our rod out there, you know, and we reeling in the elect, and you know, we're patient, you know, but then we're gonna turn into hunters. Hunters are aggressive. You know, hunters are they pounce on their prey. You know, they mean what they mean. You know, we mean what we mean, but they're more direct. They're sharp. They're quick. They're in and out. They're directly in for the kill, man. You see, we're gonna show you how to be who you are supposed to be in a righteous state, though. You got it.
Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them, and after will I send for many hunters.
Yeah, he's gonna send for many hunters, man. Right now we're the fishermen, right? You got it.
And they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
Same mountains that we mentioned earlier that we was going into. We're gonna hunt you out of those mountains that you used to, that you're gonna run back to. You're gonna go back to what you know, those bunkers, those underground bunkers. You know they even got bunkers in the ocean, man. I watched a documentary on it a couple years ago. They got hotel suites underground, man, in the water, right? They got suites underground in the mountains. You know, that's what you're used to, man. You're used to hiding. You're used to going back to a disclosed location. You see, that's who you are. So you're gonna. That's what you're preparing. That's why now they just launched something called they're trying to put hotels in space within the next month or two, man. You know what's his name? Elon Musk. Elon Musk is trying to put hotels on Mars, man. Supposedly, man. You know, Trump talk about the Space Force. You know, their mindset is to rape, rob, and murder, sucker all the resources, then move on to the next state. You got it.
Amos to the 9, verse 2. Though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. And so the Lord will even Leviathan. See, Leviathan, you got your underground water bunkers and things like that. Speaking to this wicked elite, the top international bankers, the Rawchaa, Rockefellers, those ones that be cheaply prophesying against. You got these camps that be, getting into disagreements with regular Edomites, thinking that they doing something. You're not doing nothing. Man. We supposed to go to the gates of the
I was about to say, what's the prophecy say?
Right.
Isaiah 13, gates of the nose, man.
They're like, I don't like y'all. They really ain't done shit. I don't like y'all, man. You did everything. You saw them? No, man. Hey, you Rawchaa, you Rockefellers, you AHBANAWA, you DuPont, you Huntingtons, you fucking First National Banks, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck you go back to, you the people that's doing this, man. And you the people that's going to try to escape the judgment that's coming to America. And some of you will escape, but that's what I'm going ahead and going to take.
That's what we brought out. Proverbs 19:5, man. He said, the wicked shall not escape, man. The unrighteous shall not go unpunished. Psalms 50, he thought altogether YAHWASHI was one like self. What's that? Ecclesiastes 8. Because judgment is not executed speedily, you know. The son is in the hearts of the sons of men to continue in their wickedness, man. No, Esau got it out, man. That's why the Lord told you in Revelation 18, his sins, his iniquity has reached into the heavens. The Lord is allowing you to just completely to be at the max of wickedness, man. You so to the point he could completely have a reason to destroy you forever, man. The Most High don't make mistakes, and he's perfect, man. You know. You got it. If you got something else, you got a piece of lot. No, go back. You can drop it. Go back to Genesis 3.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahawah our power had made.
Right. So that's that. Like we said again, he knows how to keep you niggas down. He know how to keep you in a dumb state, man. Okay. Because he's more subtle than any beast of the field, man. How you think this? You think this nigga was gonna? You think Esau can literally take us down, man? No, he always, the nations will always have to fight together. They will always have to be allies in order to take Israel down, man. You see, they can't do it on themselves, man. They always have to have insiders, all right, people of our own nation going in and being agents. They can't do it on themselves because they're not mighty. They're not great, man. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, this is Revelation chapter 6, verse 14, verse 12. And I beheld, and when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is taken of a mighty wind. That's talking about nuclear destruction. Verse 17, verse 15, like verse 14, like. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places, because the earth will be shaken, man.
You know, and the geography of the earth is going to be changed when those missiles hit. And the heavens and the missiles get rolled together as a scroll through mushroom clouds.
Right, the scriptures tell you that great earthquake, man. That great earthquake is caused by those nuclear warheads, man.
Yeah. It says, verse 12 again. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree cast her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind.
Hey, Jason, that's what first time I seen do it. He had posted a video about the war games, man. Hey, lately, the United Snakes of America, they've been losing all the war games, man. And when they bring in a simulation, it's just you see nothing but missiles landing on America from Russia from China to Africa. All of it's aimed at America, man. That's prophecy, man. It's like, y'all, you got it.
It says, verse 14, and the heaven departed as a scroll, and it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains. It's not talking about regular Edomites, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, y'all got a mental illness, bro.
Yeah, that's called crazy. It's not being crazy. It's an illness.
Thinking at you, you know what I'm saying? It's like somebody who just think that they really tough when they only stop at X. Like, you stop at X, bro. Relax.
Yeah, I'm picking on nerves.
Right, yeah, right.
You're saying pick on somebody your own size.
Right. That's why their videos don't get bothered. Yep. They're not coming at the head. They're not coming at the neck. You know what I'm saying? You an ankle biter. You know what I'm saying? All you doing is making the ministry blame. You allow Esau to say we're hateful because you're picking random people off the street that don't got nothing to do with nothing. They ain't put no billions of dollars into nothing. And you know what I'm saying? You said we're gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, come on,
man. Anyway, it says, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? You see, so when that day comes, they're going to be going to the bunkers, man, and telling the bunkers, you know, or telling the mountains to hide us, you know what I'm saying? You know, and they're going to have even normal servants and, you know what I'm saying, mechanics and like other ones was saying, you know, regular, all walks of life, they're going to bring it to the bunkers because they're actually going to be under the impression that after this destruction, they're going to rebuild America.
Hey,
like the movie The Road, you know what I'm saying? Them left, like that shit not gonna take, that's not gonna happen, man.
Hey, that's what did it say? Damn, I was gonna say and I forgot, so
I read one more time. Revelation 6 and 15, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne.
Oh yeah, it's not because they gonna realize the true power of YAHWASHI on our side. What happened when Israel went before the Moses and the Most High? They said we want to talk to the Most High, but YAHWASHI showed him that showed great signs with thunders and lightnings and different signs in the heavens. And they was like, hold on now. They was like, we don't want to deal with him. We want to talk to you, man. You know how? No, we rather die than to talk to him than to talk to him right now, man. That's how great he's about to bring these earthquakes and these different things, and how about is about to show. Even in that time, a greater substance, a greater force, man. That's what they're gonna be saying. Like just like it said in Revelation 16. No, they're gonna be blaspheming the name of the Lord because they spirit ain't gonna know nothing else what to do. They're not gonna know nothing better but then to try to blame the Lord for what's happening because they didn't have it. They wasn't rooted, man. You got it.
Daniel 7, verse 9. And I beheld to the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. That's why it said to hide us from him that sitteth on the throne. Because YAHWASHI is going to be the one that cast these thrones down. It says, I beheld to the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the head of his hair like the pure wool, and his throne was like a fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. Right, they're gonna be trying to hide from the chariots. They're gonna be trying to be hid from the chariots of the Most High. With that father, what represents the throne. I retain. And a fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him, and the judgment was set, and the books were opened.
Yeah. And the book's open right now, man. And the people are judged out of it, man. We're giving each nation their condemnation, their judgment, or Israel the elect their salvation. The books are open before the firmament, man. Like the apostles going to, man. You got it.
Revelation chapter 19.
Done that. Go ahead.
Revelation 19, verse 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire.
Whose eyes? YAHWASHI, man. You got it.
And on his head were many crowns.
On his head were many crowns, man. Right, because the brother just read the Lord is coming to do away with the nations and these kingdoms, man. So on his head were many crowns, man. Right? He's the King of Kings, man. He has all the nations under his feet, man. Right, like it says in 1 Corinthians 15, man. You got it.
Revelation 11 and 15. And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world have become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his anointed, and he shall reign forever and ever.
Kingdoms are his, man. You know, hey, the kingdoms of this world has become the kingdom of YAHWASHI. The kingdoms is translated from one people to the next. You see, like the Lord said in the prophecies, that this kingdom that's coming should never be moved, man. It should never be removed. Like it says in Revelation 21, he's gonna make a new thing. He make all things new. All right. And he's gonna wipe away death. He said he's gonna take away death from the earth, man. You know, well, mainly from the elect, man, from his people. He's gonna take away death from Israel, and he's gonna wipe away all our tears, man. You got it, all right?
Daniel 7 verse 18. Yep. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom, right, and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
The saints of the Most High. Who are the saints? Psalms 50, with the 50 and 5. They made a covenant with YAHWASHI through sacrifice. What's that? Psalms 148 and 14. All right, the saints of the Most High or Israel, man. All right, they're gonna take. Meaning that's a what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, by force or damn, what's another one? But that's a possession. That's an act of aggression. Okay, with intent. Okay, the Lord told you in Jeremiah 30 and 23 and 24. He said he's gonna come down. He's gonna reign upon the head. Matter of fact, grab that real quick, God. I got this. I'm holding this precept. Jeremiah 30, 23 and 24. Because the Lord said he's going to perform the intent of his heart, meaning that's something that he meant. That's meditated on. That's forced upon. You got it.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 23. Behold, the whirlwind of the Lord goeth forth with fury.
The whirlwind is the chariots, man. All right, you got it.
A continual whirlwind, it shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. The fierce anger of YAHWASHI shall not return until he have done it, and until he have performed the intent of his heart.
Yeah, man. What?
In the latter day, ye shall consider it.
In the latter day, you should consider it. Doing what? Performing the intents of his heart, meaning his mind. The Lord is about to bring what he meant to do. You know, that's Jake when we cursing out the Most High without understanding that this is something that was supposed to happen from the very foundation of the world, man. You see? Yeah, come, man.
Want to be the main ones that still come out to Heavenly Father.
Yep.
And still, blaspheming his name.
Yep.
The international pagans, they're wicked. They're gonna be wicked all the way to the yokers on their neck. And even when the yokers on their neck, they still gonna curse and plot against Israel.
Yeah, that's he said. Yeah, he said it should come down on the head of the wicked, man.
Who's the head? The top.
Yep.
The top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got one. This ain't the one I did it for. Daniel chapter 7. Daniel chapter 2, verse 44. And in the days of those kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great power have made known to the kings what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof is sure.
So this is gonna happen, man. The dream is certain. The interpretation is sure. YAHWASHI, which is that great millstone, that rock that's cut out of that mountain, he's coming and he's gonna completely demolish these kingdoms, completely demolish these thrones. You know?
It's Isaiah chapter 59, verse 21. As for me, this is my covenant with them. Said YAHWAH, my spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, said Yahweh, from henceforth and forever. Yeah, so the kingdom is going to be ours forever, man. The covenant that we're going to uphold to, the new covenant, that's going to be installed in our inward parts, it's never going to cease from us, man. It's never going to depart from our heritage, never depart from our inner being ever again, man. And Jake still want to be a nigga, man, even in the truth. You too cool for the Most High, man. You too cool for school. This is school right here, man. Jake's still too cool for school, man. They still want to be the popular dude and the popular gal, man. You know, trash clowns, man. Always getting kicked out of class and shit, man. You know, thinking it's wrong with getting straight A's and shit. You know, that just shows I got more knowledge than you. What you saying? You know, I still play sports, man. But you got to be a class clown, like your brother said, attention seeker. You know what I'm saying? To prove your worth. You know, that's what Esau do. He's trying to prove his worth. That's why he got you in lockdown, and he took what you uphold to, which is your heritage and your culture. So he's trying to prove his worth by keeping you down and trying to be you. And he's trying to come to the Most High. He put on your garment, he put on your michi, right? He take the book and he comes before the Most High like we did to Isaac, man. You know, he thought that was Esau, but it was Jacob, man. He's trying to do the same thing to the Most High that we did to him, not realizing that was prophetic, man. Shalom. And that's the what? That's the witchcraft of the serpent, man. That's the witchcraft of Esau, man. What we say? A grand wizard, man. The ultimate sorcerer, man. I don't know if brother seen that movie Aladdin. The one with Will Smith. The dude said he asked the genie. He was like, I wish to be the greatest sorcerer in the entire world, man. You know, that's what Esau did. He's the greatest sorcerer in the entire world, man. But what happened? The greatest sorcerer in the world came with what? A lockdown of Christ, man. You know, he went into that genie. Well, not genie, what's it called? That lamp. You know, and Esau don't think he got a price to pay, man. Hey, but then again, what beast you know that think they got a price to pay? You know what I'm saying? The head honcho ape, the head honcho giraffe, the head honcho whatever shark. They think they can reign forever, man. You know, they can just attack niggas when they want to, take other people's food. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but it always comes to an end. Like you say, every kingdom had its chance to rule, man. I just get Genesis 3 for now.
Psalm number 49, verse 11. It says, the inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their name.
And that goes to what we brought out earlier. When Esau, he removed the landmarks, right? He take out the traditions of the land, and then he'll put his flag there, okay? And he'll call it by his own name. And so now he thinks those lands will continue forever because he conquered it. Got it?
Psalm 49, verse 12. Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not. He is like the beast that perish. So you're going to be like the beast that perish. You think that your house going to continue forever. But just like a dog's life is short. See? But Esau got something called dog years to make the dog's life seem like it's longer than it is. Your life is like a dog, man. It's short. You don't want to a dog. So it seemed like it was long to you. You live like a little dog to you for 600, 700 years, 1,000 years, however long you've been in leadership. But really, it's short. Really, it's quick. Really, it's only 11 years to a real man, to a God. So to the Israelites, man, we the gods, and you just a man. You know? So it's all not a God, a man, and not power. So you live in our dog years, or we're going to live our really real years, everlasting years.
This is Genesis chapter 13, verse 13. It says, but the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before Yahawah, BAHASHAM YAHWASHI exceedingly. And so right now, we're in Sodom and Egypt during the actual time, you know, people were dwelling in wickedness and regeneration, saying sin is back, you know. But as we notice from Genesis to Revelation, that serpent turns into a great red dragon. So the accumulation of all the things they learned from the different nations and put it in the melting pot of America, they commit straight atrocity. And then force feed down our mouth like they think force fed us food and slavery, you know?
That serpent is a greater version of himself, you know, which is what? That red dragon. That dragon is a greater version of himself. Because now that dragon, he has a greater flame, right? He has a greater flame that is glowing, right? That's glowing. Like he evolved, you know? Which now that's why we were under a state of delusion. Growth in that noonday. The night walkers.
Into a system.
Yeah, we up into that, and that system is a beast, you know, and it comes with principles and structures, and it comes with draconian measures. Okay, things that are contrary to the very concept that we call life. And Jay don't really even know what life is, man. We think 9 to 5s are normal. We think making it to become a CEO is normal, man. Right, huh? We think wearing suits and ties is normal. But that's not normal. Being equal with a woman is no. Normal is being a king, man, and a woman being a nurturer, man, raising the children up to be for the little girls being women, showing them how to raise up their children and be, you know, in their rightful stead, their sons, you know, training up the house, man. You know, and that's what we out here telling our people, man. You know, and Jay got a million questions, but when we give them the answers, they don't really want to hear it, man. They got the questions like, why was our people hung on trees and this nigga was sitting at the table eating sandwiches? Why are we still in 2021 getting shot down in the street, but nothing is happening? Is there a God? Then they start to question, is there a God? You know what I'm saying? They got all the questions in the world and all the answers in the world, but when the answers is given to you in the proper manner, we don't want to hear it, man. We keep on strolling. We about to go right to meet Becky and Tower, you know what I'm saying? We gonna meet our white friends. No, man, that's not how this. That's not what this is, man. That's not what this Bible teaches, man. Christianity, our people are deprived of the truth. We are lacking the living water, which Christianity has drained us of that water, man. The version that the white man teaches. Go ahead.
Second Ezra chapter 2, verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, I brought this people out of bondage, the Israelites. Right? It says, and I gave them my commandments by men servants, the prophets, whom they would not hear, but despised my counsel.
Right, and our people despise the counsel of the Lord, which is why we ended up in position like this, man. Right, look, y'all know why we ended up like this? Curse. And why would we curse? Because we disobeyed the commandments of who? That's right. Right, and we disobeyed the commandments of the Lord, whose name is Yahawah, and his son name is YAHAWASHI. Right? We disobey his word, which is why we ended up like this. So we only the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel who was in this sign. Everybody in this sign scattered to the four corners of the world are the children of the Most High. How is that not true, brother? You're gonna read it. Right. We're not out there like share opinion. Right. We just read out the Bible. Right. I'll read it out of somebody's mouth. So there it is, right there. So you guys don't believe in the Bible. I'm saying that. You say the Bible, you don't believe in the Bible. Everybody else here believes in the Bible, so if you don't believe in the Bible, you should probably keep going. But all we're gonna do is read the Bible to you. Right. You don't believe what you're doing. Okay, well, read that.
Romans chapter 9, verse 4 says, who are Israelites, to whom pertains the adoption, and the glory, and the covenant, and the giving of the law.
Hold on. Read it again.
It says, who are Israelites?
Right, who are Israelites?
To whom pertains the adoption.
The adoptions, right? The coming back into who we are, the covenant, the new covenant, right? Go ahead.
And the
glory, the kingdom of heaven. Go ahead.
And
the covenant, right? The old and the new covenant, right? All the testimonies, right? Go ahead.
And the giving of the law.
The giving of the law. Deuteronomy 1:1. Moses spoke to a specific group of people and he gave them laws like the commandments. The same commandments that we supposed to hold uphold today, it's more spiritual now. But we still uphold to the commandments like the sister mentioned, 613. Only one group of people on the face of the world was given that. This is why the scriptures say only one group of people in the world has ever went through a situation like this. And the scriptures say nobody in the world has ever went through what we went through in the world. So with that being said, according to the scriptures, which is someone that you don't believe in, he's telling you, but you said not all of it. He said that. So going back, and it's important. So what he said is that according to Romans 9, he's telling you who obtained the glory, the adoptions that the Lord has promised to a specific group of people.
What I said was that a man wrote that.
That's showing you don't believe, brother.
What does that do? Is that discredited? Because the man wrote it. Okay, so that could be error. Well, no. That means it's discredited. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you what it says, and then you either after we show you what it says, you either believe or you don't, and then that's gonna tell whether or not you believe it.
It's already brought it out. I'm trying to tell him, he already brought it out.
No private interpretation. That's First Peter. It says that no private interpretation of Scripture. It's only one meaning. Go ahead, keep reading it. You get to the point. Keep going.
Go to
That's what he
keep going. He said that everybody's the children.
Yeah, right.
Keep going.
Romans chapter 9, verse 7, it says, neither, I'll read 6, not as though the word of God have taken none effect, but they are not all Israel, which are of Israel.
Right, because even of the Israelites, there's still about 2/3, 66.6% that's not going to believe, and they're going to get destroyed in this here destruction. Keep going.
Verse 7, right? Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children.
Just because you come from Abraham don't mean you're a child of the Most High. Keep reading.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
We all Israelites, brother. Right, because look,
that's
hold on.
That's
right.
not a religion.
Right.
It's just who we are.
Right, because in the scriptures, look, what you got to understand is that the scriptures tell you seed, right? When it describes Abraham, it says Abraham's seed, right? But it also says he should be the father of many nations. So is that a contradiction? No, it's not a contradiction. What he's talking about, it said that, read that last verse again. Listen to what it just said. Because Abraham had more than one son. Read it again, all right?
Romans chapter 9, verse 7, neither because they are the seed of Abraham Are they all children?
Right, because he had who? Ishmael. He had Ishmael. Go ahead, brother. Hold on. Finish first. Right.
He says, but in Isaac shall thy seed be
In
called.
Isaac shall thy seed be called. You see, what we doing is we showing you that the promises and everything according to the Bible, which is the only book to prove everything that you see here today, is for you. But when we prove that to when we prove that to you, Jake don't want that, accept that, because we've been westernized. You want to include everybody. No, everybody don't include you. You know, you got to understand that, brother.
Isaac and Jacob, right? They were from Africa, right?
Right.
That's not an African name.
Because we come from
their name was Abraham.
right. We come
Abraham and what's Isaac? So
It's two different times.
Rawchaa.
It's Isaac is
Isaac is Karatazah. Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's Karatazah.
something like that. We spoke Hebrew.
It's Hebrew.
We Hebrew, so we come from a spirit. Right, we never said that. We know that. We speak Hebrew. We got right here. We don't call on those names, brother. It's not a J in my Bible right now. You see what I'm saying? Everything you seeking.
So the Old Testament, y'all understanding for that? The Old Testament,
Yes.
all the books. Okay, so
And the New Testament.
Adam and Eve, right?
Right.
Adam made.
We're just going to say
They made Cain and Abel, right?
right.
And they make a daughter. And I was just saying about the contradictions.
There's no contradiction.
Somebody's got to teach you.
Yeah, right.
Adam made.
What was your point?
Okay, Adam and Eve made Cain and Abel.
Right.
Right? Who did they procreate with?
So see, that's the spirit. See, look. No, brother. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm talking to this brother. It's the spirit, because we're going into this, and you're
pronounced pregnant by the spirit of the Holy Spirit.
Oh, no, hold on, sister. Listen to me, brother. Hey. Hold on, brother. No, brother. Listen to me. Hold on, sister. We're gonna show you, all right? Because according to the scriptures, Adam and Eve are not the first man, or not the first man and woman on the earth. You know, it was people before Adam and Eve. It says that in Genesis 1, Genesis 2. You know, we're gonna show you, because that's where your understanding is you know what I'm saying, it's coming from. Matter of fact, before you go into Genesis 1, go to Genesis 5.
That's a lot. Okay, well you read it.
Yeah, you heard it from somewhere, bro. Just be straight. Good. We all was there. We all thought about that.
I ain't heard this.
Because you heard it from somewhere, or you read it somewhere. It doesn't matter. Look, the point is that
I read the book and it didn't make sense.
okay, so we're gonna give you the understanding. I got you. Read Genesis 5:1 first.
Genesis chapter 5 verse 1.
Hold on, sister. Hold on. Go ahead, read that. Listen, bro.
Genesis chapter 5 verse 1. This is the book of the generations of Adam.
You gotta understand that Adam was just one person. Adam was talking about everybody and whoever it was regards to. We're gonna show you that here first. I'm about to show you. Hold on. This is what I'm saying. We're gonna show you that here first, and then we're gonna go to Genesis 1 and 2 to show you what we're talking about. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 5 verse 1.
Right.
This is the book of the generations of Adam.
Right. Generation goes back to the word gene, Greek word gene.
Genos. Right.
It says, in the day that the Most High created man, in the likeness of the Most High made he him. Male and female created he them and blessed them.
Hold on. Man and female, he created them, right? Go ahead.
And blessed them. And called their name Adam.
And called their name Adam. He just said he created male and female and called their name Adam. So sometimes when you gotta spiritually discern, sometimes when he say Adam, he means the man and the woman is included. And we're like, when you say Israel, he might not say man and woman of Israel. He might say sometimes sons and daughters of Israel, listen. Or he'll say Israel, listen. He's talking about all the people. So he's called the Adamites. Now go to Genesis 1 real quick.
1:26.
Hey, brother, brother, it's clear as day. I mean, either you know what I'm saying, that's just what it say. It just said he called their name Adam. You know what I'm saying? Either you gonna believe it or not. Go to Genesis 1. Right, huh? It's basic math. Go to
believers of more.
Israelites, keep going. Yeah, go to Genesis 1 and go to verse 20.
Genesis chapter 1 verse 20. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly.
So we all agree that when a man or a woman is born as a child in the mother's womb in a sack, what's the thing that the baby is swaddled in the mother's womb? Fluid, which is water, right? So here we're going to show you that people were created out of the waters, right? Just like we're born in the mother's womb, because that's why babies can swim. We're naturally born in the waters. So here is where the creation was come first before the righteous line was established. Go ahead, brother. The breath is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that he gave to a specific people outside of the other people. It wasn't no talking snake. It wasn't no Adam and Eve naked in an apple. No, that's all fairy tales. It was a man that came to the righteous woman out of the righteous line and gave her a different doctrine, which is the product of what you see here today. Go ahead. Which is why we're talking in Cleveland, Ohio, with a polo hoodie on, and she got a pop can, and we in hoodies and shit. We're not in royal attire. This is the product of everything. Go ahead, Art.
It says, and God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that have life.
So the water started to bring everything forth. Go ahead.
And fall that may fly above the earth.
And the birds that you see. Go ahead. I'm going to show you.
In the open firmament of heaven.
Which is the heavens and the sky. Go ahead.
And God created great whales and every living creature that moves, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind.
After their kind is going to name it. Go ahead.
And every winged fowl after his kind.
Every winged fowl. Go ahead.
And God saw that it was good.
Right. Go ahead.
And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let the fowl multiply in the earth.
Go ahead.
And the evening and the morning were the fifth day.
Yep.
Jump down to 26.
Right. You at 21 already?
Sure.
Right. So if you heard him, he said every living creature. He said the fowls in the air. A fowl in the air is a bird, a pigeon, a hawk, or whatever. We know today you don't see them being born out of the water, right? But that's a natural state of birth, to be born in water, fire and water. So that's how we were created. Man on the earth was created in the water. Jump down to 26.
Genesis 1:26. And God said, let us make man in our image.
All that you see, all this shit gonna get destroyed, man.
Genesis 1:26. And God said, let us make man in our image.
Let us make man in our image. Right. Us is our Lord and Savior, YAHAWASHI, and the angels, the elect. All right, you got it.
Right, because it said, let us make a man in our image, because when you go to the very first verse in the Bible, right, real quick, jump to the first verse so the brother can understand. The very first, bro, we speak Hebrew, right? You got to go into the Hebrew, into the understanding of how the words were when they were written down on the scrolls. Go to the very first verse.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
In the beginning, the Most High created the heaven and the earth, right?
And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep.
Now, when it goes into this word, what is the word? Read it.
Okay, because you just had the elements.
Right.
The periodic table. Everything you see is made out of elements. So the elements was there, but the elements didn't. It wasn't no big bang. Earth wasn't created from itself. Somebody had to manipulate it. YAHAWASHI and the angels had to manipulate what was there.
Right.
So the God, when you go to the Hebrew, like the brother was saying, this word is.
No, yeah. I'm gonna have to read it again. Yeah, read it one more time. Because like the brother said, that why you brother got all these questions, but they can't explain why the waters don't oversee the land. You can't explain why the sun and the moon is on the same rotation from ancient times. Look, everything is constant in its flow because it all is documented to be that way, which is why you came up here and she came up here in its proper time. Read it again. Now going into the Hebrew. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
The word God in the Hebrew is AHBANAWA, which means it's plural, meaning gods. So in the beginning, the gods created the earth. Who are the gods? Is there more than one power? No, there's one power. Right, that gave the blueprint to his son, YAHAWASHI, and the angels, and they created what you see here today. Read the same thing in Colossians 1, starting at verse 12. Oh, and I jump back on 26 and finish the brother question.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea,
right,
and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle,
and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Right? And jump down, chapter 2, verse 7.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground,
Right?
and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
When you get to you listening, brother? When you get to chapter 2, he's talking about he formed man out of the dust of the ground, but he already created life on earth. So here it's talking about the righteous. It's still going into details about the righteous line, the chosen line. The dust is just confusion. So he created man out of confusion, and then it's going to tell you what he did with that man. Go ahead. Hold on. Finish out. I got you. Finish out.
And breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
And then he breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Read it again.
It says,
hold on, sister. Read it again one more time, brother.
It says, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
He breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Right? Which is, yeah, you about to get it. He's going to show you what the breath of life is. Go ahead.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goes through all things by reason of her pureness. Right. For she is the breath of the power of God, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore, she knows the five things fall into her.
Yeah, that wisdom, that knowledge, breath, and understanding. The commandments.
Commandments give you the ability to live forever if you keep it perfect.
That's
why the new covenant, which is for the Israelites, the Lord is going to program us and give us new bodies when we keep the commandments perfectly.
Right.
Therefore, we'll be immortal like our Lord is immortal.
Right. The nations, when Jake comes with the Christianity mindset and say everybody will make it, but the nations is going to, tell you all nations had us in captivity. All nations, they were sellers like stock. That's where the first stock came from. They were sellers. They were profit. We did everything. And that's what they know. That's what the scriptures see. So now the Lord is going to say, what? He's going to put them nations in captivity, in righteous though. They're going to build the nation back up. They're going to build the kingdom back up. It's going to take 1,000 years to do so. That's like Revelation 20, 21. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen. That's what our future consists of, whether you believe it like it or not. Finish it out so you got another question. Go ahead, finish it out.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 7. Right. It says, Genesis 2 and 7. It says, and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
Now we know that breath is that wisdom. We're different. That's why we do what we do. We move like we move. We got a certain walk. We talk like we talk. They can't run the kingdom without us. If all of us just sat down on one day for the whole day, the kingdom will fall. But we're not going to do that because Jay got to get the bag. Jay got to go get this. They just too wrapped up in this world, this illusion. That's why they made the movie The Matrix. We don't have the breath no more. So we showing y'all what the breath is so we can get out of here. You see what I'm saying? We trying to get out of this state. This not life. Ezekiel 37. We're dry bones right now. We got the living water, which is this. We didn't wake up one day and say we're gonna go on the street and we're gonna read the Bible. This is by the Father, bro. You see what I'm saying? This was heavenly, spiritually divine, spiritually inspired. You said, man, wrote the Bible. No. Heavily inspired men wrote these words down, had the same visions and told them in a different ways. You coming to us, I had a vision. You telling me about a vision that you had. I'm like, bro, I was just telling him about that. That's what the Lord did to the prophets. That's why we out here. We didn't set this up. We didn't even know each other 5 years ago. Go ahead, I finish it off.
It says, and man became a living soul.
Now man became a living soul. That's right.
Right, which means that he had that wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Before that, man was just doing whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Beast.
Right, a beast, living like a beast. You know?
Okay. And look, and how you prove that, you see everybody know. Where you come from? We can go to it. We can go to it. Yeah, go to Genesis 25. Can you get Numbers 12 real quick? Bro, any question? Look, what we trying to show you is, what we trying to show y'all is that it ain't no such, we not holier than thou. We came out here for our people. We're fishing out we fishing out the elect amongst our people, the ones that's going to receive salvation. The questions you got, bro, we got all the answers. Right. So he asks, where does the white man come from? Because nobody on the earth looked like him before a specific point in time. So did he just come out of thin air? Listen, what does the white man consist of? What? Look, bro.
No, it's not. When you take away the skin and the flesh or anything like that, we all have the same thing.
And what is that called?
It's all called It's anatomy. It's, you know what I'm saying?
It's called the lack of pigmentation, which is why
so
the earth,
when you take away,
melanin.
when you take away all of that, we still the same thing.
Listen,
We're all
listen.
created equal.
No, right. Read it, because look, what he has is he's called a leper. Okay, he's called leprosy.
Now, if you can have leprosy, if
You said where the white man come from, right? Huh? Is there a heaven and a hell? So can I, with that question, can I ask you, is there a such thing called a great day of the Lord? Yeah, you ever heard of like the day of the Lord, the day of vengeance?
That's just like
Hold on, sister. What you
where
say?
Yahweh come from.
Right, you ever heard of that? Apocalypse, so called. So how can it be apocalypse if it was a place called hell? Because it wouldn't be something called a great day of the Lord if he already got the souls where they need to be. He's not going to bring those souls out of hell to bring them to judgment. The judgment is the great day of the Lord. It's going to happen on earth. That's when World War III. Hold on, sister. Hold on. That's where the great war is going to come from. You see, stirring up that great judgment. You get real quick. Revelation 21. That's like 13, 14. Yeah, cast into the lake of fire. Where you at?
Hell is also known as what? The lake of fire, right, brother? This is the lake of fire right here.
Yeah, right. This is what the Bible speaks of.
Because if it was a hell underground with the burn forever, this scripture won't be written.
Yeah, and you know where the word hell comes from? Hell got three meanings. It goes into the grave, right? It goes into an actual place called Gehenna, right? In Greek, it's called Gehenna, which is called where they go back, or Hades, which is in Greek, like you said. It goes back to Jerusalem. It was an actual place where they would take the bodies and they would burn them, or they would do sacrifices, and then it would stink so bad, and they would spread out rumors like, if you do this, you're gonna go to hell, and they would take the people, and you know what I'm saying? That's where that whole mythology comes from. Read that, Art. Answer this, Art.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 14, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death.
So, okay, you got it.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 14, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire.
So how is death and hell? How is hell being cast into the lake of fire? Don't make sense. Okay, so we don't want to talk.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 14, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death.
The second death, right? Here is this. The first death was what? Wait, was the first death? First death was the flood. And now the second death is the lake of fire. The second death is going to be this nuclear destruction that's going to come via World War III. It's going to hit America. America's going to be turned into a lake of fire.
Right, that's great day.
200,000 missiles going to hit America. So this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Speaking on the so-called white man that you asked about, it says, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. So this man is as death. You know, and he enlarging his desire as hell, because hell is on captivity. You know, to Isaiah 5 and 13, hell is a captivity. Hell is a condition on the planet Earth. Right now, this your hell, this the white man heaven. Why? Because he's in leadership. His hell is going to be on heaven.
Yep. No, that shouldn't, bro. That's on you.
That's what you want to do. No, you shouldn't. You destroying your temple. You destroying yourself. You killing yourself. Would you put a gun in your head and pull the trigger? Bro, ain't nobody getting rid of this man alive. Well, no, that's not true. That's not true. The Lord said there'll be some standing here that somebody takes the devil.
You'll see. Yeah, you'll see, bro. Hey, hold on. Hey, Jake say that, but they can't explain what a chariot is. They see so-called they call them UFOs. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but what was that? Hey, a UFO came up to us right now. I bet you'll take your phone on and start recording it. Explain to us what a UFO is. But you say we're not getting out of here alive. You can't see, bro. That's just westernized mentality.
See, who have you seen? Who have you seen?
You don't know, man.
The Lord.
No, you don't know what we seen, bro. You know this. Yeah, bro. Hey, look. At the end of the day, Jake gonna have his opinion, man. Yeah, it's all good.
When the last virus? When the last virus you see?
Yeah, right. You got a mask on.
When the
you see somebody die, say what about it?
Symptoms of the virus. I see somebody.
Brother, you know a virus comes from within, not without. So why you got a mask on?
Yeah, bro, and you're breathing it back in.
See, what you do is
Shit. I smell it too. I
see the Lord said, "Blessed see that and not seeing yet believe." Because what's faith? Faith is not seeing but yet believing.
Right.
That's why we said, do you believe in what the scriptures say? Because that's called faith. Without faith, it's impossible to please God the Father.
Right.
So you got, and that we can't teach you that. That's something that you just got to get.
Yeah, you can't even move in life without faith. You know what I'm saying? I just had this interview, but I ain't gonna get it though.
You ain't even believing you're gonna get the job. You gotta move with everything through faith. So the Lord sets you up like that. Little things that we go through is to go through the bigger things and have a bigger faith, a bigger, a substance, man.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, bro. We built it. Exodus 1. Yep.
We exited the first time, like you said. Under
Ramses. I forgot which Ramsey. I think it was Ramsey the third. But you can call me you could correct me if I'm wrong.
This is Hebrews 11, verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. See, so you gotta have faith first and foremost, which faith, hey, Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So faith is believing that things that exist that you can't see. Like like, do you believe in wind? Why do you believe in wind? You can't see it.
You gotta be.
So that's
wait,
why you believe in it?
Hold on. So wait, so how you
gotta have a bell to see certain things.
Okay, so how you
You gotta be going with a bell
How
over
did you
see
get
certain things.
Okay. Now could your mom and your father see you in the womb getting created?
Without an ultrasound.
So why do you believe in your own life? If you don't, why do you believe in your own life if you don't know how you really got here? You can't explain to me step 1 to 29 of how you came out the womb. So you got to see it.
So right, you got it. Right.
So you have to see things to believe it. No. That's the worst teacher. The best teacher is learning from other people who have experience to teach you. Okay, so now I'm telling you that. So what about faith? Are you gonna believe in the thing that you don't see? So let me read this again. I don't think y'all heard it. Yeah, Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance being the tangible manifesting of something.
Yep.
Something
You rather believe, like you can be standing in the bus stop.
right.
Would you rather believe the bus is coming, or would you rather know?
Okay, before the buses was created, before technology was created,
I would rather be a knower.
the way that man traveled was by foot.
Well, we know.
Right.
We know. They're telling you know about things that you can't see, but you don't want to believe it.
See, you missing the message. See, look, the Bible. Hold on, look. This is why I say that. Hold on, I'm not trying to make you small. I got you, but I'm not trying to make you small. I'm saying it for a reason, right? I'm not making you smaller now. I'm just trying to get you to understand where we're coming from. When I'm saying it, like the brother just said, the stuff we saying, right, is we already know it's coming. The faith comes in with believing it's coming in its perspective and its respective timing. Is what we're trying to get you to understand, right? We got the RTA schedule, and we know it's coming. You see, but it might take all goddamn day. But we still got faith that it's gonna come, so I can get to my job interview. This is the faith that we are trying to activate in our people through the Spirit, though.
St. John chapter 20, verse 25. The other disciples therefore said unto him, we have seen the Lord. But he said unto them, except I shall see in his hands and the print of the nails, and put my fingers into the print of the nails, and thrust my hand into his side, I will not believe. So that's you just like Thomas, man. He didn't believe that the Lord rose from the dead until he seen it. So reading on, it says 26. And after 8 days, again his disciples were within, and Thomas with them. Then came YAHAWASHI, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst, and said unto them, peace be unto you. Then saith he to Thomas, reach hither thy finger, and behold my hands, and reach hither thy hand, and thrust it into my side, and be not faithless,
but believing. And Thomas answered and said unto him, My Lord and my God. Yahweh shall say unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. How you gonna be blessed if you don't believe what you don't see? How you gonna get out of here? How you gonna be delivered from this nuclear destruction?
He already said. He said ain't nobody getting saved.
Well, no, ain't nobody in the 2/3 getting saved.
Right.
The elect don't get up out of here. We understand what you're saying, but we telling you that that's no, we not.
No, brother.
No, we not.
No, brother.
No, we not. You're right. Our body's gonna be changed, but we're not gonna.
The spirit never dies.
We're not gonna die. Though.
Well, specific numbers. A specific number.
Right. So what we saying is that we're gonna be beamed up. We're gonna be beamed up in the so-called UFOs, while the rest of the world dies in the nuclear destruction. Right. That's what we're trying to. That's what we're trying to plant that seed.
It says that mankind has lived over 754 years.
969 was the
969 was the law.
Right.
And that mankind can.
We're gonna read it to you. You wanna get that Revelation? Look, read that real quick. We're gonna show you, bro. Hey, bro. See, this should show you. Hey, everything we pulling out of the book. Everybody else talking off their own opinion. See, that's an opinion. We're gonna show you what the scriptures say. We got the answers. All right,
the most high opinion.
read it. Isaiah 65.
What's the Lord's opinion? The Lord's opinion was that you were gonna go to slavery on ships and be an American,
right,
fighting against the Bible.
Right.
That was his opinion, and you fulfilling it.
He said curses too. That's his scripture. All right,
bro. Somebody conditioned you to only believe what you see. See, you gotta be unconditioned to reverse that. No, the condition is to be carnal. The condition is to be carnal.
So the condition. Hold on, look. So the condemnation. So hold on, look. You referring. Go ahead, bro.
I believe the supreme intelligence. That's what I refer to. Supreme intelligence is playing that type of game with his creation.
So how do he communicate to you?
That's like playing the Xbox or playing some Grand Theft Auto.
Bro, let me ask you a question.
So
how could that be exact?
Because that be exact? Because that's prophecy. Because that's prophecy. Because that's prophecy. Do you know what prophecy is? You seem like you're intelligent, so you probably know what prophecy is, right? Okay, so this book got prophecy. Name another book with prophecy. We'll wait all day. New subject. You see? Revelation chapter 11. Revelation chapter 11.
Listen, bro. Hold on, brother. Listen. Talk. Look. So did this not happen? Okay, so hold on. Let me ask you something, bro. See, this is where you
speak English and I'm speaking English.
You speak English because you want to say me like
right. That's what he said. That's what he's saying. Right. So look. Right. So look. Hold on. Hold on, brother. Hold it. You're going too fast. This happened. Did it or did it not? This is factual information that we can all prove. Where in history? Where? The only book that shows you why this happened, brother, and you saying that it is opinions. This is a factual information, bro. The fact that we talking right now is in this Bible, brother. And look, and then another point is that you're referring to, listen, bro, hold on, one more point. When you talk, listen, when you talk, you talking from a perspective that everybody I know talks from. And that's from what? What's perspective? A white man's perspective and a black man's perspective. Hold on, listen, why I say that. Let me explain why I say that. I'm saying that because of what you just said before we brought up this. And when you were going into the fact of when you had mentioned opinions. And you had I forgot exactly how you worded it, but you had mentioned something to the fact of I knew you was going with it. We kind of cut you off a little bit, but where you was going with it was that dealing with the Bible in itself, right? The Bible in itself condemns the so-called white man. So when you said a man conditioned us, and you were going off the fact that he probably read this book to condition us. That's what you were going with it, bro. And the fact of the matter is that when you listen, brother. Can I finish it? Can I finish your point? So look, what I'm saying is that we both agreed that this book exists. And in slavery, they took a heritage and they read what they wanted to read out of it. So what did they do? Like you said, we speak English, right? So did they let us read the book? No, they didn't. They read what they needed. No, you missing. Hold on. You missing the point. They read you what they wanted to read to you, and they didn't let you read it. If that was the case, yeah, if that's the case, they would have just let you read it. Why not just that? Why you think Nat Turner rose up like he did? Because he started to read the words. He like, hold on, nigga, this is us. What are you talking about? If they would have read Deuteronomy 28 and 68, Deuteronomy 28:15 on down, they would have been like, this pertains to us. This hold on, sister. This pertains to us. So what they would have did? Revolted. They can't have a revolt. That's why you got movies like 12 Years a Slave and all these different movies out here, because they can't sell you the truth, but they can't stop the truth. This is factual information.
This is truth or factual?
Man, brother, you playing semantics. Right. This is factual information.
Did it happen?
This is facts.
Did it happen?
I don't know.
This is a picture. It's a picture.
Come on, man. Jake be coming with
Is this an illustration or is it an actual photograph? Look at it.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
So okay. So do you wear glasses? No. Okay, so this is a picture. So this is a real picture, right. And that's actual somebody's legs that's hanging from the tree. This is an actual picture. These pictures that he's drawing.
No, tell him to ask what you want, bro. 2 Kings 17. I know what you're talking about. What about it? You want me to read it? Because you got the answers, right? Let's learn from this brother.
I don't have no answers.
What's your question pertaining to that scripture? So we can just follow the question. Okay, go ahead, read it.
He playing semantics, man. What are you doing, bro?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
This is my first time seeing this, man.
That's good.
And
now you have no choice for your sins.
Right.
Go ahead.
I don't have any sins.
You do got sins. We all got sins.
You accept that.
We do got sins.
You can tell me that I have sins.
Well,
You can't tell me that.
Well, I don't have to tell you. I know it, though.
How you know?
Because we all sin. That's why YAHWASHI came. That's why he died for our sins. We all sin.
He can't save himself, but he's saying he ain't got no sins. How you gonna save himself? All right, bro.
Safe from what?
Your enemy.
Look at you, bro. You in a camouflage hoodie with some jeans on, bro. Look at us. What you mean, safe from what? Man, you in a low condition. Your lips is black. You smoke, brother. You in a low condition, bro. Come on, man. Be real, bro. Check it out. We are poor, man. Get the fuck out of here, bro. We are poor. It makes me mad that we in this position.
It's 40 years.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
poor out of condition.
but you missing the whole point, brothers. Right. You missing the whole point.
Yes.
Oh, get that.
But I'm saying that if we have one unified point, we can put up $1 a month. That's $40 million a month.
Brother, we can't agree on this. It will never be agreed.
$1 with the white man face on it?
Right, man. Go brother. Brother.
Conditioner want the lowest out of life.
Oh my
We
God.
don't want this man money. We want this man to change.
Yeah, man.
We gonna get it. Whether you like it, understand it, believe it or not. And you gonna be in the house being raised by us. Go ahead, man. Luke 1:68.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
Right.
Blessed be the Lord power of Israel,
The Lord power of Israel, the Lord God of Israel. He's the God of Israel, the Israelites. Read.
for he hath visited and redeemed his people,
He has redeemed his people. No one else. Read.
and have raised up an horn of salvation for us,
For whom?
for us,
For us. Right. Right. Read.
in the house of his servant David.
In the house meeting by the lineage of David.
Let's read Israelite.
You read it out.
Verse 70, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophet,
You probably said the same thing we said. Read.
which have been since the world began,
It's nothing new. Read.
that we should be saved from our enemies,
Wait, hold on. What?
that we should be saved from our
Guess
enemies
we ain't got no enemies, huh?
and from the hand of all that hate us.
So you want to stay with the niggas that hate you, with
Right.
the crackers that hate you. Now we want to be saved.
Can't
from
print
our
your own
enemies.
fabric.
You can't even
do nothing. You buy water, bro. You buy water. Come on, man. You ain't free, bro.
This brother right now, he said that he don't have to be saved,
Come
but
on,
we
man.
gotta be saved.
I said, what am I being saved from?
We just told you. Read it again.
Luke chapter 1, verse
Right.
71, that we should be saved from our enemies
We should be saved from our enemies. Read.
and from the
The white
hand
man
of all
is
that hate us.
You want to know?
I mean,
Go to Deuteronomy 20:68. We're gonna show you.
First Maccabees 2:52. First Maccabees 2:10.
2 Kings 17:18.
I'm right here, brother. What's the point?
Yeah, it's asking other questions. So you're gonna read ask your question, so you will know you will have no close field seats. Even though you ain't got no seats. Okay.
What you looking for?
Also, Nehemiah 5:9.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
All right.
It says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Hey, that's that feminization. Yeah, right. That's that feminization of the black man. You got it up.
It says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
But they love the movie Coming to America. You know what I'm saying? They love the movie Coming to America. Yeah, Black Panther.
It says, by the way, Salakia, in Egypt, we know, for the people watching, you know, Egypt represents bondage. Deuteronomy 5, Exodus 20. It says, again, with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Right, so the Lord brought the Israelites in Egypt and the bondage by ships, right?
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again,
right?
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So we were sold to our enemy, man. So whoever sold you, that's your enemy, man. You know?
Yeah, brother.
People like this, they see us online, and then they come out.
Bro. You talking, bro. You don't know. Brother, I'm hearing your conversation. Yeah, you're not even listening to what you asked me. He's trying to persuade you, bro.
I'm trying to persuade
No, he's trying to persuade you.
He's trying to read it to you.
I don't have any enemies.
Okay, so you're not. So read that again. Why are you here?
Right? Do you buy water? Don't you buy food?
Okay, but you just say that you just want to know who the enemy is. Then we're about to show you, and then you say you don't have no enemy. So why are you asking who are you? The heathen. The heathen.
Brother, those are brothers and sisters. We're not talking about them. Read it again, brother.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
All right,
and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
The word Egypt is a Greek word, which comes from the Greek word Egypto, which means bondage. Egypt shouldn't even be in the Old Testament. It's there because it means something. It means bondage. Read.
It says again with ships.
With ships. We were born to bondage with ships, right? Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
You ain't seen your homeland, right? It says again, right? Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
And we were sold to our enemies. All right. Now you can sit up here and say that we weren't sold to the white man, but history says otherwise. You got it.
It says you shall be sold unto your enemies for bond men and bond women.
You can sit up here and say he wasn't sold to the Chinese during the Silk Road slave trade, but history says otherwise. You can sit up here and say he wasn't sold to the Arabs during the Sub-Saharan slave trade, but history says otherwise.
Right.
Why the fuck you think they got the gas station? They own all the convenience stores and all the stores in your neighborhood. You own shit.
The clothes he got on.
You gonna buy everything from these other nations, and you ain't got shit. You got a barber shop that lasts 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Then it's done. When niggas die, that shit's done.
I got one.
You got a clothing line. You sell it online on Instagram, then that shit's done. You don't got nothing, man. Because your enemies are sucking you dry everything, man.
There you go.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah,
according to the Lord. But you don't even see the conspiracy because your eyes is closed. Then we come out here and try to smack you with the word, and you fucking Mike Tyson and shit.
Yeah. Hey, this is the Root, chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
Still in our captivity. Damn, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't went nowhere. You still gotta pay a water bill when the water falls freely from the sky. You still gotta pay a light bill. You gotta pay rent. You sharecropping. Take sharecropping. You gotta pay a car note.
All right, man.
You know what I'm saying? So you still in captivity. No, it ain't my choice. No, it ain't my choice. Who in their right mind would choose that?
That's on you, but how?
Who in their right mind would choose to pay for living? Choose to pay for lights.
Do we all have to have this same understanding to come out of this condition?
So don't do it. I don't want to do it, bro.
We all have to have the same understanding. That's what's going to bring the people. Look, check this. So
I gotta go get. You said war, right? There was a war.
I don't have to have it.
I understand.
That's what I'm saying. It's a choice.
And your
It's a choice.
it's a choice. What else? Other options do you have? You can't come in when you say be in the street lights and you come in.
Well, that's why that son out there to give us one fight.
So
They give us everything.
So why do you choose? Why don't you choose God? Then now you got to choose. Why don't you choose the Most High and just live out and not pay water? Life is water. Why don't you do that? You just use the house. So you don't have a house. I can see. Come on, man. Why do you have a second?
So you know I'm not.
I got no respect for you saying that. Okay, so you don't pay no bills. So how do you make money?
Just all of
you
you
work.
I don't work.
Okay, all right. Go to
I don't
why would I keep you
Now what you mean for like work court sometimes?
I'm talking about this work. I earn money with the white man.
So white man face on it. I'm talking about ain't no way.
Because you are what's called a prisoner of war. You were brought here against your own will and you're still here. You were brought here. You are your forefathers. If you have respect for us to know that you are your forefathers. But see, our people lack respect. Even the elders lack respect for their elders. You are your forefathers, man, and they were brought here against their will, man. And you're still here. You are a prisoner of war. And that's not going to change because you want to feel better about these other people, these other nations, right? Read that, all right?
Chapter 4, verse 8. Read it. 3 8. It says, behold, we are yet today in our captivity.
We are yet this day in our captivity. Read this and explain why you know you're in captivity.
Where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payment.
You are subject to payments. Every month, on the 15th, on the 7th, on the 24th, you gotta pay. Whether you like to understand it, believe it or not, you gotta pay. Other people have to pay rent. Other people have to pay water bill. When water falls through the sky, this man blocked the river and caused dams to block the river so that he can pour the water and sell it back to you, man. But yeah, you're not in captivity, man. This land belongs to someone in the the 10 tribes of the nation of Israel, and it was taken from them. Go to Lamentations 5:1. This same wood that's on these trees belongs to our people, and they took it from us, and they sell the same wood and the same water back to us. We're supposed to sit up here and act like it's all good and let bygones be bygones. The Heavenly Father don't care. That's not true. The Most High do care, and the Most High is going to act on our behalf, and He's going to destroy this wicked king, which is Mystery Babylon, with thermonuclear fire, and He's going to turn it into a lake of fire, man. And anybody who fight against this doctrine and this gospel, this good news, the word gospel means good news. This is the good news. Anybody who fight against it, they're going to be caught up in that lake of fire, and their eyes are going to consume away in their hole, and their tongue is going to consume away in their mouth, and they're going to melt. The Lord said that I will melt them in the midst of Babylon because they have not hearkened, man.
Hey, who gave them that technology?
When you're not right, that's what you're gonna get.
Who gave them that technology?
The Lord gave them that technology.
Nuclear weapon, man.
Isaiah 54 and 16. The Lord gave them that nuclear weapon because the Lord is a man of war. Yahawah is His name.
That's right.
You got it, Alex.
It's Lamentations chapter 5, verse 1.
He's a man of war. He's a man of war. No, He's a man of war and of peace. He's a man of love and of hate. Do you want us to read it? Do you want us to read it? Do you want us to read it?
You cannot be a married bachelor, bro. You cannot be a man of war and a man of peace.
You cannot be a man of war.
Oh, he can't. Okay.
You can only be a man of peace.
Now I got you. I understand everything y'all saying now.
Pushed around and not swing back. You can do.
I'm not gonna get
whatever
pushed around
you want to do. Well, that's how you think the Heavenly Father is. You think the Heavenly Father? You think the Lord people gonna get pushed around? He's not gonna push back. You think that the Lord people is gonna get put into slavery, hung on trees, all right, lynched, shot on camera, no justice, and He's not gonna push back. You can think that. No, I ain't gotta do nothing. YAHWASHI gonna do it all for me. Read that, all right? Read what you got, all right?
We gonna push. We gonna push. He gonna make us hunters.
Right, kind.
No.
What we gonna wait? We're gonna wait for that power. We're gonna wait for that power. We're gonna wait for the new bodies. We're gonna wait for the new bodies. We're not gonna do nothing right now. What can we do? We have no power. We have no military. Where's your military? Where's the black man military?
Right. Where's his seat?
Well, it's non-existent.
Right.
But I thought you had a choice. You should have chose to get a military. You should have chose to get justice.
Right.
Because you, I thought you cared about your people and your well-being, but I guess not.
Go ahead. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 1. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. Yeah, Salakia. So, yeah, the Lord deals in balance. That's what people misconstrue.
Right.
Like, the Lord is not just straight up kill. Right. It shows balance. It's not all males in the world. It's a
Right.
It's a man and a female. It's balance in the earth. It's night and day. We were just talking about all this. It's night and day in the earth. You know, it's balance in the earth. So of course, if you're a man of war, you're gonna be a man of peace because it's balance in the earth.
You know, you go put the Lord in the box.
Christianity, man. That's a hell of a drug, man.
It's a hell of a. It's worse than the crack pipe. It got you thinking against logic. Maybe there's logic will tell you to do this. Christianity tell you to do that. You gonna do it.
We're talking, man. I only get like this is the first time I ever got into a conversation with somebody because I've seen this before, but never came up to talk to them. I done seen it, and I've been hearing people talking about stuff. I got a question: is God and Jesus the same person?
No.
See, and that's what I be trying to tell people. They telling me it's the same person, so now I got questions if you're saying it's the same person. See what I'm saying? I'm questioning anything I want. It ain't nothing that I ain't no question.
But when you get the answer,
I'm questioning everything. No, the answer don't mean that it's fact.
So
because everything is true.
So stop questioning. Walk with your own mind.
Hey, everything
walk with your own mind.
Everything in there is
walk
true.
Up to your own
everything in there is true.
Okay, but you just said
everything in there, but it all ain't fact. All ain't been historically proven. No, I know what I'm saying. I ain't crazy, man. I know what I'm saying.
Okay, well you can say it.
When I speak, I already research and study what I'm saying. I don't just be out here speaking, man.
Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. Right. I form the light and create darkness. Right. I make peace and create evil.
What? Why would the Lord make peace and evil? I thought he was only one. You ain't got the answers, man. Go ahead.
I, the Lord,
you ain't got the answer. Everything in this book is true, right? You just said it.
Yeah.
Okay, read it again.
Let me explain to you.
Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. Hold on, I got one for you.
You know what truth means?
Hold on, you said truth and facts is two different things.
Yeah, it's two different things.
So prove to me how the water don't oversee the land.
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, I know you don't because you said truth, brother. But you said
I know it's a difference between facts
truth and facts. You said truth and facts. It's a fact that the water don't oversee the land. Why is that?
I don't know nothing about that.
So you contradicting yourself.
No, I ain't contradicting myself. What I say, she just said. It's a difference between truth and fact. Like what you said to me, I don't know nothing about.
So we don't really care.
What
Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
So it's not like the Lord is the both of two extremities. The Lord creates darkness and light. The Lord creates a good and evil.
Hey, the very fact that we outside at night shows your contradiction. So he's night, he has night, and then the sun rise up, he has day. It's balanced, brother. He has good, and he has evil. He has peace and he has destruction. It's balanced, bro. What is going on right now? You can't have it.
Why the Lord kill the Egyptians?
Come on, man.
Who's responsible for these kids getting murdered and raped?
The Lord.
Judgment.
Why?
Because it's something called reincarnation.
What did they do?
Reincarnation.
So it's from what they
past life.
Parents past life?
No, their past life.
So they past life, that's why they get murdered and raped. So God brought them here to get them murdered and raped.
But it's judgment, then they come back and live it out.
That's crazy.
Hey, well, you ain't gotta believe it.
No, it ain't nothing about belief. I believe it. He brought me here. Look, if I don't believe what y'all saying, I'm going to hell, right? So therefore, he brought me here to go to hell.
No such thing.
Well, I'm going to the lake of fire. He brought me here to go to the lake of fire because he knew. Because y'all know and knew that I was going to be thinking the way I'm thinking, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. So he brought me here just for that.
Hopefully,
that's your lot, brother.
Huh?
But hey,
Believe what?
The Lord said, "Man's going to the Lord."
Hey, the word believe. The word believe. The word believe.
Job chapter 4, verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent.
Whoever perished being innocent. Name me one, not one. Read.
Or where were the righteous cut off?
Read.
Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same.
They that plow wickedness and sow iniquity reap the same. Go to Exodus 34:7. Also, Deuteronomy 32 and 39.
Hold on. So
the Lord is the ultimate hitman. The Lord take out everybody you saw get took out.
Hey, he said, truth and facts are different. Truth stems from facts. Facts are historically proven. Facts, the evidence that you said you believe in, that's truth.
I don't believe in nothing.
Hold on, brother.
I ain't never said I believe nothing.
We said We got to record it. But anyway,
Yeah, record it.
All
Yeah,
right,
I'm down with that.
we already got it.
No, well, okay, cool.
No,
I know I ain't saying I ain't
all right,
believe.
this is ridiculous. This is my last point, man. I'm
Yeah,
done.
I don't believe.
You said you agree. He
He
said
don't even believe he alive.
he don't even believe he's
He
Christian.
dead.
He don't believe he's Christian.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, when he first walked up, he said he don't know if this is actually him.
Come on, real people.
I said I don't know nothing about it. That's
But
what I
don't
said.
You
know.
said,
Like I said, I
I
ain't
said, are these pictures? You said, I don't know. I said, are they drawings or pictures? You said, I don't know. I said, are you
I ain't get the question.
That's them are real
Well,
people.
that's on here if you report. I ain't get the question.
But look, bro, let me just
I
make
know
this
they real
point. I got you. Let me make this point. These are real motherfuckers, man. Ku Klux Klans, Grand Wizards, sorcerers. These are real people that did this to our people, right? The facts you say are different, which I can see why you said
Two different things.
True.
I ain't about to defend. I don't
Listen, hold on. Okay, let me just make my point. I got you. Whatever. The facts is this. Some things you said you agree with. Let me say that. Because you said you don't believe.
I don't believe.
Where you
Do you
go,
know the definition of believe me?
brother? Where we going to
Well,
work?
y'all
Brother?
believe all of this?
Brother, we believe.
Oh, then it's a 50-50. That's what believes me.
Brother, we listen, we believe it, we have the facts, we have the truth. Whatever definition you're trying to break out, we go into all of it. Look, check this. I'm just trying to make a point. When you say you agree with some of the stuff that we saying, right, coming out of a book that we uphold to, which is the Bible that
I
we
agree with a lot of stuff that's in that book.
Okay.
But not everything.
So, right, but you have to understand that the facts are the facts, right? The facts is that these things happen and other things that we talked about tonight, and they're coming from this book. We said that the Lord is a man of war. That is a fact. Why is it a fact? Because he showed us that that's an act of war, and it came from his book. So if it came from his book, it's a fact that was historically proven to show that he is what they're saying he is. You're saying, you see what I'm saying? It was established by war, so he's showing you that he is who we're saying he is, based off what? The facts. And now the facts prove it to be what? True. That's what we're saying to you. Hey, with that, you know what I'm saying? That was a perfect sense. Go ahead,
Exodus 34:7. Exodus chapter 34, verse 7. Keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will by no means clear the guilty.
So the Most High is not going to clear the guilty. Even if you died and you weren't judged, you're still going to come back and you're going to be judged. Read.
Says visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and upon the children's children unto the third and to the fourth generation.
Right. He visited the iniquities of the sins of the fathers unto the third and fourth generation in their children, because you come back after the third and fourth generation, your spirit comes back down to the planet Earth. Go to Deuteronomy 32.
Hey, that's why the white man be like, oh, yeah, I don't agree with my forefathers. No, you were your forefathers. Caesar, you were Caesar. Trump was a Caesar. You know what I'm saying? They are in their respective lots, man. You know, none of this is not about the coincidence, man. It's all about design, man. These buses in front of us, it's all about design, bro.
Deuteronomy 32:39. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me.
There's no other God and no other power besides YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM.
No other God spirit.
No other God spirit. Now you have
Other gods.
We are
gods, bro. It's one God, one power.
There's one supreme power that gives leave and access to any other lower power. So, for example, horoscopes. These things do hold power, but they hold no power than what the Heavenly Father gives.
Right. Stones. You know.
Right. Herbs.
Right.
Everything is made for its use. Right. But the Heavenly Father gives it the power that it exhibits.
It says, I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive.
The Lord do both. Right. Read.
I wound, and I heal.
You say something about
wound and he heal. Right. Read.
Neither is there any that could deliver out of my hand.
no God, gods.
Worship no other God.
Well, hold on.
That's the
Now, who is these other gods? Us?
Christianity.
No,
Christianity?
Islam,
That God?
Buddha,
The Christianity God is a different God than from the God y'all talking about.
Absolutely.
And so all these other religions have gods.
Right. There be God's many. Paul said there be God's many, but there's one power, one true power.
And that's the one that talks.
Right. He said,
You believe it.
right.
You believe it. You believe it. Yahweh. In Jesus' name will be Yahweh. All right. Y'all believe that.
Right. We know that. We know
Yeah,
that.
right, you believe it.
Right.
You believe it.
We all believe it. Yeah.
Yes, man, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand the definition of belief, man.
We do
See, I be having a problem. Look, everything that y'all talking about, It's right here. But when people talk about that, man, don't know the words y'all saying, man. You can't just keep calling belief, bro. Beliefs is 50-50. I believe I can fly. Jump off that building, you gonna see it's a 50-50, dog.
No, brother. No.
Just say you know, man. Don't say believe.
No,
Listen. I know the definition of words, man. And I look at them just like look at belief and keep saying it. Like, why do you keep saying belief?
Hey, that's the main thing.
It's just a fact. It ain't nothing to believe in. It's a fact, man. It ain't nothing to believe in. It's a fact.
Yeah, no, I understand.
It ain't nothing to believe in. It's a fact. So if it's a fact, it is what it is. But if you believe, that's like you can do it and I can do it too.
You know what etymology? Yeah, we gotta make
What it means?
I don't know what it means.
Okay, go ahead, bro. It means the study of truth and words.
Right.
Okay, this is the etymology of the word believe. It says to have faith or confidence. It says in early.
Look up faith.
It says to believe,
You gotta look up faith too.
perhaps literally hold dear or valuable or satisfactory to love. To believe. From the old Saxons, Gelobian, believe. From the Dutch, Geloven. Old High German, Gelobruin. German, Glauben. Ultimately, a compound based on the words. It says to cherish, desire, love. Meaning, be persuaded of the truth of a doctrine, system, religion, etc. It's from the mid-13th century, meaning credit, right? Like I said, the word believe means credit. For example, if you got a credit card, you have a certain amount of max on the credit card because they believe that you're going to pay that back. Right? So it says, hey, right? It says, meaning, be persuaded of the truth. So believe. You can't believe. You believe it is something that is the truth, that it's a fact. It says a doctrine. It's from the mid-13th century, meaning credit upon the grounds of authority or testimony without complete demonstration, accepted as true. Right. So we can see because the Lord will have to come down and show us that He
Accepted
is
it as truth. That don't mean it's a fact or truth.
Well,
You just accept
to
it
you.
as truth.
Right, to you.
Everybody do that.
And
They
that's
just say, okay, I believe it, and that's what it
That's
is.
fine.
It's not true.
That's fine.
Believe is not true.
But how many
Faith is unbelief.
truths are there?
I don't know.
It's one. In case you ain't know, it's one. So, you have thoughts, you have facts, you have fiction. It's not fact and fiction. Right. It's a fact and it's the fact or it's fiction.
This brother,
There's only one truth.
he's coming with intelligence, so you know that. So you know what he's saying, it'll be true.
The
I
foundation.
don't care nothing about you. See, man, I've been a part of the
Brother,
since 2000.
come on, man.
I gotta come back with facts to get
So
paid.
you an agent?
No. I gotta come back
So
with facts to get
you an
paid.
agent?
You see what I'm saying? I can't come back with truths.
Are you a
And believe
police
so, I
officer?
believe so. No, I ain't a police officer. I never will be.
Never
will be.
You say you was a private investigator. So what is that? You law enforcement.
No, I ain't no law officer. Nothing got anything to do with
So
law.
who do you work
I'm an information specialist for myself. I'm an information
So
specialist.
you investigate the Hebrew Israelites?
No, I'm not. I'm an information specialist to come investigate your life. Who would pay
I don't
anybody?
know, brother. Hey, it's a lot of people getting paid to do it.
Most of my cases is on the infidelity stuff.
Okay.
And I care about the kids.
Okay.
So that's what that law stuff, I'm against it. All of it. I don't care nothing about rules.
All right, brother.
Straight like that.
I had to ask, man.
I do a war all the time, man. I get pulled over. I ain't got no idea. I get my tags. I ain't got no idea that we about to go to war. I'm going to go up in that courtroom and I go to war with them. That's what we supposed to be doing, to let them know who they messing with. But don't nobody do that. You get a ticket.
How have you been?
I ain't been to jail yet.
I'm saying.
And when I go in there, they tell everybody to get up out of there. Successful, I ain't looking for no success. I'm going up in there, I ain't about to pay no fine. And I ain't coming back in here no more. After today. Yeah. I know I am.
Okay, good.
That's a fact.
Okay, good.
When I go to court, they clean it out. Because the shit I'm in there talking, it's coming up out of that.
Who courtroom is
That's
that?
what I'm talking about.
Who courtroom is that?
I don't know.
You arrive on time.
Yeah, you're gonna be on time. And you going to a courtroom that's not yours. You're not free, bro.
I know they not.
But you're not free.
No, I didn't have to go. I am free.
Listen to the point.
No, you missing my point. I went because I got to go deal with that. I ain't go because they.
Why you
gotta go deal with that?
Because that's what we have to go.
Why?
That's our point.
Because you ain't captive.
You're not free, bro.
You are a prisoner of war.
You are a prisoner.
You are a prisoner of war, man.
See, I know this. This is a fact. No man on this planet can tell me what I am.
That's
You see what I'm saying?
cool.
Nobody can do that.
But
And you've been doing it since I got here.
That's
And you too.
facts. Because the Lord
You
told you.
cannot tell me who I am, man.
Everybody, the Lord is
I
telling
know
us who you are.
who I
You're
am.
an Israelite and you're in captivity under the Edomites.
I know who I am.
You're an Israelite in captivity.
What's that?
under the Edomites. That's facts. Straight facts.
You're in captivity, bro.
You're in captivity under
You
the
buy
Edomites.
water, bro. You're in captivity.
2
Bro.
Kings 17:18.
You can't acquire
I'm there.
nothing.
You don't know what
You
you're
can't
talking
acquire
about.
nothing in this country without spending his money with his face on
With
it.
his face on it.
You don't got your own money. You don't go to the store and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna barter this."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me.
Nobody in the world.
Family.
Nobody in the world,
You can't
bro.
do that, man.
Nobody in the world. Can't
It's okay
survive.
to be in captivity. We gonna get out soon.
Yeah,
That's what
right.
we're trying to tell you. We about to get out.
You are in captivity.
All right. Okay.
If the police come up here right now,
What you gonna do?
no, nothing's gonna happen to me. Nothing's gonna happen to me
Okay.
because I know how to talk to them.
That's cool.
They are servants. They are servants.
Yeah, they are service. Naturally,
Right. And I'm the public. They public servants. I'm the public. I know
You
this.
serves of a man. What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. You see, you trying to tell me who I am and what I
I'm talking
am.
about the Constitution that you.
You still trying to
No,
you
he's
trying to tell me who
no,
I
that's
am.
facts.
Don't you got a Social Security card?
Right. You pay
Yes
taxes
or no?
all that.
Do you got a Social Security card?
What's happening right now?
You know got the all cap name? Does anybody know anything about that?
I don't know.
All right, that all cap name, that Social Security card is in all capital letters. I am a live man. That right there is a bank account, bro. That's not me. Anything that look, all these credit cards I got all capital letters. That's not me. I separate myself from that when I authenticated my person. And then, so that separates me from that all cap name. So I'm a live man walking around. So anything they got to do with that all cap name, it's not me. So when they come up here, when I show them the ID I got, do not stop, do not detain, do not interrogate.
Okay.
I'm American national.
That's
So
more.
no, I ain't more.
Okay.
You said you're American and national.
You American national too.
No, I'm
Your nationality is Ohioan if you were born here.
that's my citizenship, brother.
No,
That's not my
your nationality is Ohioan if
No,
you
it's
were
not,
born here.
brother. What does nationality mean? Okay, then. So why are you saying that's my nationality? That's not my nationality.
This is how we supposed to be running around.
That's our citizenship, brother.
You have to.
That's citizenship, not nationality. My nationality goes back to one of the
My
respective
nationality
tribes.
is Ohioan. I don't know what yours is. I can't say.
You said you don't know what nationality means.
No, I don't have to know what it means. It's a lot of stuff I don't know what it means, man, because some stuff have a lot of meanings. I don't know. Like the definition you just read on Bleep had a couple of meanings. I don't know. Like what you looking for.
Based on what you said my nationality.
It has the seal of the United States of America.
It's the United States of America.
Right.
Not the U.S., not the United States.
Right. So
The United States is
so you're a
corporation
citizen of the United States of
I'm
America.
not a citizen, period.
So why do you got a seal or a validation from the United States of America?
Because this is a country.
Why did they give you license to do what
It's not a license.
What is it?
It's a credential. This is who I am.
Credentials means
All
license,
right, for example.
access.
For example, if I go get a hotel, I can't go get it this. I gotta go get it with that state ID because it's still right? That's my business name. I can show you right now. My name, Rhoda Eugene Angelo Niles, is my business
My
name.
point
I made
was
that
that-
my business.